Dang, dang, dang. Here we go. Here we go.
Bro, it's fucking hot, bro.
Dude, it was a scorcher today, wasn't it?
Like, I
What
think.
did it? Go ahead, go ahead. I
No,
was gonna say we got that weird ass warning that it was gonna be like feels like 120 degrees outside.
yeah, fucking don't die.
Yeah, please, please, if you're gonna cook food, like cook outside or whatever, like go cook out in the yard or whatever, but cook on the grass, cook on the concrete in front of your yard. Be all right.
Yeah, no socks on.
No socks on, dude. It was a oof, global
fucking,
warming or whatever. That's
bro, for
that's
real,
a,
bro.
I wonder if that's really a thing though, because I don't know.
Are the conspiracies about the polar cap switching and shit?
Yeah,
I went to
I blame
lore on that,
Magneto.
bro. Fucking Magneto.
Yeah, I blame Magneto from X-Men '97. Fuck that guy.
Motherfucker's dead.
Weird. What is up? Welcome back. It's Sunday night. You're here with the Average Boys Podcast. It's your boy Crispy, and I am here, of course, joined by my good old friend from Atom Collections. I always want to say Atomic. You know that? You know this since the beginning of time that I've always wanted to say Atomic.
You get the pass, bro. You get the pass.
Yeah, David from Atom Collections. What's going on, brother?
Fucking Alex, what's going on? Alex is gonna be a fun podcast, bro.
Oh, it's gonna be a hell of a podcast. All right,
he always tells me Star Wars sucks, bro. What's up, John?
Yeah. Right? Yeah. It's oh man. And we're gonna do Star Wars. We're fucking doing Star Wars today. We're gonna talk Star Wars. It's gonna be great. But before we get into that, dude, tell me how your week is.
Bro, so like I had a job interview. It looks like I'm gonna get offered the job tomorrow. I won't confirm where it's at till after I sign the papers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's good in the bank account, bro, I'm gonna be like, good. This is where I'm at, but it's retail. Yeah. The pay's okay, but I mean, with the shop being closed and stuff, I think it's better, you know. Well, I mean, office shut down, I don't know, whatever, rebuild, whatever you want to call it, bro. Fuck it. I think it's good, man. I mean, it's one of those things like, you know, with what happened with your guys' shop and it catching on fire and all that stuff, like, and then you needing to kind of like get away from it, and then them taking a good minute for them to build it back up. Like, you need something to kind of get that cash flow going back. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be dangerous, bro, because like before, when I was with the old company, I had like rent and stuff. You know, lucky enough, I live with my in-laws now, so I'm gonna save some money on rent. But I'm definitely gonna spoil the community, bro. I think I'm gonna come back a little hard. You know what I mean? Yeah. Got some things in the pipeline, or what? Yeah, just a handful of stuff, bro. But I can't. I gotta be the guy to introduce this, bro. I went to Shinobi. I didn't see you today, though.
No, I didn't get to go. Christella was on the callback for her to go to work. She was a guest yesterday, and we went. And I mean, it didn't turn out as best as we thought it was going to be. But for what it's worth, it was graduation day for Mission High School, and it is Memorial Day weekend. So I do give it up to them. Like right now, I know a lot of motherfuckers are at the beach.
Yeah, fucking chilling with that 3-day weekend, fucking in chill mode, bro.
Yeah, we ain't doing. I don't think we're doing 3-day weekend at my gym. We don't do that kind of shit. We don't celebrate that kind of shit.
Yeah, like it's Sunday.
Yeah, we're hard, man. We give the day to the Lord, and then we go to work.
Right.
Yep. Then we beat the shit out of each other for the Lord too. What else is good, man? So, like I said, we went to Shinobi Valley. You went to Shinobi Valley today. How'd it go today?
I mean, I talked to some of the vendors. I walked around, bro. It was okay. Like, I mean, the voice actors were engaged and stuff. They were doing, like, I guess, the last minute autos. Like, they usually do like a bulk deal, like for the organizer and stuff or whatever. So Miguel had his like 30, 50 pops or whatever the fuck it was. So they were wrapping up that part of it. But I mean, it looked like it was, I mean, according to Johnny from Pop and Sons, he's like, man, it was busy between like 1 and something or 12 and something where it was kind of really busy, you know?
Okay.
And I kind of got like the residuals, like when I was there, you know, like a handful of people. So
yeah, just like the stragglers.
Yeah.
And then of course too, what time did you end up going at? Was it like 3? Was it 2?
Bro, it was like 2:30, maybe 3, because like me, Alex, Melly, and Ashley went, so I brought a group. I'm like, fuck it, let's all pay, you know?
Yeah. Support the community, man.
Yeah, support the community, bro. Like $20 is $20. Alex paid. Thank you, Alex, out there.
Mm-hmm.
So
straight up.
But it was. I mean, it's pretty cool. I didn't buy nothing, so I mean, there's nothing that I found interesting. You know what I mean?
True that. Robert, you're absolutely correct. It is a hot motherfucker this past days, man. It's been
Robert,
rough, man.
What's the score, Robert, for the Mavs game?
Yeah, what's the score for the Mavs? So what is it? Is it like the Final Four going on?
I think this is the conference finals, right? I think it's there. They were 2-0 the last 2 games.
Nice.
Looking, Lucas turned it up, bro. Talking shit.
So, oh yeah.
Lucas like, you can't fucking guard me. What do you put 52? Fuck. I'm assuming the Mavs are down. I'm
I'm not a big fan of basketball, man. So how do you score a touchdown or whatever?
Shit, bro. So you gotta fucking hit it on the goalpost. I'm kidding. Dude, I only do basketball because of my kid, bro. Like for some reason, he's like.
How's that been going? How's that been going with your kid?
Good. We're gonna do an unofficial practice tomorrow. I told some of the parents they want to come and shit. Are they winning? Nice start by 10.
Nice.
I just told the parents like, cause the coach, bro, kind of sucks, bro. Nothing to put out there, but he was like, last year we only won 1 game, and I'm like, dude, I don't care if you win a game or not, but you got to teach these kids how to pass. And he was doing like passing drills, and these poor kids, bro, like are overhead or too short, bad form. Like you can really hurt your arm, bro. Like you can really fuck a kid up, bro. Like if they don't do it correctly and shit. So I had to be that dad to step up. It's so weird. Because anybody who knows me, bro, knows I'm not I'm not athletic. I mean, especially more not anymore. But like, I never played sports, bro. I just played street ball shit, like
breaking ankles and shit.
Yeah, but it'll be fun, bro. What's it called? And then how was your week, bro? I know you got the fucking red room going on. Shit.
The red room. So we have our studio going on, and everybody last in your podcast this past Friday was all like, dude, you should call it the red room. Shout out to Iris, man. That was a cool name. It's been picking up, man. We got a couple people hitting us up for ideas and stuff. I got a guy that he wrote a book a couple of years ago, and he wants to do a book reading in our studio. And I got 2 other gentlemen that want to do podcasting, and they want us to help them out with like the recording and the video and all that stuff. So we're kind of getting our packages together, kind of get everybody like up and running. And yeah, man, photography. I did a small shoot with Christella yesterday after Shinobi Valley because she didn't really get any photos over there. So I was like, let's go, man. Nice. So overall, it's been good. A lot of hustle. Badass, dude. Woke up today. I was kind of feeling a little bit bummed out. I have a pre-existing condition that I've had since I was a child. I was born with a congenital diaphragmatic hernia, and I got like this like bulge in my stomach today, which isn't like super crazy. It's not like a fucking like you've seen like I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it, but like a belly button hernia or anything like that. It's like a really weird bump that appears above like athletes and like weightlifters and all that stuff, but. Yeah, I just have like a little like a deviation when I sit up at like in the like from the bed position, like when you get up. It's kind of recommended like when you have any kind of like surgeries or any kind of conditions with your stomach, you like roll over, put your elbow down, do like the old man get up or whatever, just to kind of like prevent injury. I didn't do that. I kind of fucked up yesterday.
I'm going out.
Yeah, dude, it's just one of those things. Like when I'm excited. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, so I woke up with like a sharp pain in my stomach and I'm kind of like just fucking just brings it down when you get injured like that. But I'm not gonna let that shit stop me. I got things to do. I got things to see. I got conquering to do. So yeah. And I got a podcast to run, baby. So tonight, what we're gonna be doing is I'll do the podcast tonight, and then I head over to MK, and they have some dude. I don't know his name. I'm not really familiar with like a lot of like the old school like corridos and like old school cumbia kind of bands and stuff. There's this guy named Larry Hernandez. And he's going to be out there today. Apparently, like, he's some, like, dude that's, he's got a pretty good following. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to video some shit. That's what I do, baby. That's what I do. So I got that going on. And then, yeah, I wanted to come on here and chat. Of course, we wanted to talk about Shinobi and the pros and the cons. I think, of course, like, the weekend was just really rough because of the holiday. A lot of people are just going to be out there with their family and all that stuff. So it's going to be rough anyways. But, I wanted to talk Star Wars, bro. Like I miss talking Star Wars. And I had invited Nico. I don't know where Nico is. He's probably out there partying. They're at the beach doing their thing. He's out on his motorcycle, dressed like a stormtrooper, or I don't know what he does. He's doing cool shit. But yeah, I wanted to do Star Wars because apparently they got a good critique for the Alkalite TV show.
Yeah, I think it was saying they had good reviews in the beginning, right? Supposedly.
Yeah, but of course, like, look, I'm not biased, or I'm not really taking the opinions of a lot of these people, because of course, if Star Wars hit us up and was like, yo, I want to fly you guys out, red carpet, and let you watch 2 to 4 episodes, and we want you to make a review on it. Can you do that for us?
Mm-hmm.
I'd be fucking excited too. Like, I'd be like, fuck yeah, baby. Like, all you have to do is use the right font, bring a lightsaber out. I don't give a fuck about the story. I'm in LA watching this shit for free with all the celebrities and stuff. Of course, I'm gonna be like, super happy and shit. So when they come out and they leave reviews, I kind of don't like take it like a grain of salt. That's the way we've kind of always been. But whenever I see the reviews, there's always like certain words that I see in the reviews that I kind of like.
The keywords.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, someone will be like, the colors are great. And I'll be like, what the fuck does the colors got to do with the goddamn show? You know what I mean? So while watching some of the reviews, some of the people that saw the first 2 episodes were saying like, hey, you know what? Like, this is great. This is fantastic. The characters are mysterious and all this other stuff. Other people were saying things like, this is a great entry point for someone who doesn't know how to watch Star Wars. Which, mind you, I don't know how the fuck like that's even a thing. You just watch Star Wars. Like, when did you start watching Star Wars? When you were like young?
So I got my brothers, bro. My oldest brothers. Alex is saying the best and only critic you should believe when it comes to music and shows is yourself. He's not wrong. So my brothers, bro. My brothers Julio and Mike. My brothers had like the VHSs and shit. So I was watching like the fucking episode New Hope and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And as it got more progressive, like DVDs and stuff, my brother would buy the DVDs. I would sleep over at his apartment and stuff, and I would just watch Phantom Menace. I fucking love Phantom Menace, bro. Like Phantom Menace when they had the 2 lightsabers, the dual lightsabers, whatever the fuck, the stick, bro.
Yeah, Darth Maul.
That's when I was when Darth Maul fucking came out, bro. That was like as a kid, I was like, oh fuck, they got 2 lightsabers. Like, what the fuck? But that was my introduction, bro. I didn't read any of the comics, at least not as much as I do now, which is not even a lot, but just enough. But that was my introduction with New Hope, bro. I got lucky,
Yeah, of course. But that's because you're 20, 28.
You're so, bro. Hey. I'm 33, bro. 33
yeah, you're a lot younger than I am, right?
Not 28. I'm 33, but yeah.
You're 33. I mean, you're still half my age, dude.
Damn.
I'm 42. When I was introduced to Star Wars, of course, it was the originals, right? Yeah. The second film, my parents, when they were younger, they went to the first film on a date. So like, that's really cool. Like, Star Wars has always been like an intricate like part of my family's life. Mm-hmm. Like, so when I got to see it, of course, I became an instant fan. During that time, my cousins and my uncle Rob, Robert Vina, he used to buy all his kids. Adrian, he used to buy all of like the toys to every cool like series. So they had a bunch of Star Wars toys, a bunch of Ninja Turtle toys. I remember one time, I'll never forget this shit, dude. I walk into my cousin Adrian's house and I'm like in fucking 4th, 5th grade, and Adrian has the fucking balloon for the Ninja Turtles. The fucking, you know what I'm talking about? The big ass blimp, the Ninja Turtle blimp. Bro, he had, and that was huge, bro. And I never in my life, I get little toys, like, my parents buy me the little knickknack, like action figures. He had a whole ass fucking blimp in his room. That shit took up like a quarter of the room. That was huge, man. Maybe it wasn't as big as I thought because I was like, fucking 5th grader, like, 4th grader, and I was tiny back in the day. But it was ginormous. But again, like I said, my cousin Adrian had all the Star Wars toys growing up, so it was embedded. Yeah. Of course, in the last several, I'm going to say decade, Star Wars has casually dropped the ball in a lot of their IPs, good and bad. Because I'm going to say, like, there are some stuff about like the newer movies that you can get behind a little bit. I think Poe's character was really cool. Finn's character was all right. I feel like he was a really missed opportunity. Adam Driver did extremely well as a villain and then kind of dumb as a hero. And, all the characters are kind of like yeah, it was weird. The hero part of his life kind of sucked and it was short lived. And there were just like really weird misses that they could have like capitalized on. But of course, like, Disney being Disney, makes a lot of weird mistakes. And then it got into like the TV shows, which of course, Saving Grace, The Mandalorian, probably one of the greatest things that has happened to Star Wars in the last, like, 8 or 9 years. The Mandalorian, season 1, season 2, season 3, whichever season you're into, like, they're all fairly really good, and especially season 1. I think season 1 balls, dude.
Bro, I fucking love episode 1, season 1, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, man, The Mandalorian's fantastic.
Yeah, that was one of the better ones. The fucking, what's it called? We have you at number 4-1. I fucking love that part, bro.
4-1.
He's like, I got you, motherfuckers.
And the thing is like, there's been some really cool IPs in the series. A lot of people, not myself, but like Brian Trigger, they've said like they're really into like Rogue One. I really didn't need Rogue One because Rogue One was kind of like my Han Solo movie. Like, you already knew that story. There was a legacy that had been driven. If you knew the story, you kind of knew his legend. I didn't need to see it unfold because then it cheapens the legend of his character. You know what I mean? It was like Metal Gear Solid.
I get you. You're like, I kind of already knew that, but I guess we're gonna go through this. Like,
yeah, it was like we were just talking about this a couple episodes ago when someone was talking about like who shot first, Han Solo or Guido.
Yeah.
And that was always been like, of course, like a fan favorite community like debate or whatever. And of course, like it got. What was it? Was it?
I said bullshit debate because we know it was Han that shot first, bro. Han.
Well, the thing is, what we ended up finding out later was there was 2 different variations of the film that was being released. One of them was like a special edition, and then the other one was like regular VHS or whatever. But in both of them, there was a different variation where yes, he shot first, and yes, he didn't shoot first. In the movie, the Solo movie, Woody Harrelson's character shoots the gun, and it's all decked out with all these accessories to make it look like a badass rifle. And then for some reason, he breaks it down to like the little pistol that he uses, and of course, it's Han Solo's gun. And he gives it to him, and he's like, "That's why, word of advice: always shoot first, or whatever." Like, I don't know, like it's always like one of those things. Like, it has to have like some kind of nod. But we don't need that. We already know the legend. It's the same thing about the 17 or 15 parsecs race at the end that he ends up cheating and going through. Like, he cuts one of the angles and goes out of the race. Like, I don't know. Like, to me, it just cheapens the story. It was good enough on its own. Oh, hello, David.
Yeah.
Well, he said in the comment, Money K.
Oh, Monica.
What up, Money K? I like Money K.
Yeah, she's Money K. Monica.
But yeah, the stories like that, like Rogue One and all that stuff. Like, Rogue One was kind of closer to a near, like, a big hit. I know a lot of people saw it. A lot of people were on the fence. I fell asleep. Like, that movie knocked me out. That was my melatonin for a minute. And even when I saw it a second time, it knocked me out. Brian said he'll die on that fence, that it was a great movie and stuff like that. What about you? Did you like Rogue One?
When I saw Rogue One, bro, I saw it when I was in training. I don't know if I was in training or I was helping out in another suburb. I was at a fucking hotel, bro. And it was entertaining, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like the Rogue One story, the whole of course my favorite character was fucking Donnie Yen, bro, the blind dude or whatever.
Yep.
Like, he just played it fucking great, bro. And it was a good story. I mean, I didn't know the previous part before, like how they got the Death Star plans and shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Of course, I was a big fan of the ending, bro, where fucking Vader just comes and does the Vader thing, Like, when it comes to just being a straight savage, bro, like, it just showed, like, I'm going to fuck your shit up, So I was a pretty big fan of it. When I watch it again, I mean, I wouldn't go looking for it, but if it was on, I would watch it. Does that make sense?
Okay. That makes sense.
It's not a bad movie. Yeah. But.
So what about for you and the dude Beetlejuice? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, that's true, bro. You're excited for that one too?
Well, I mean, if you have any questions, put it in the comment, Monica. We'll definitely talk about it. The reason why we're talking about Star Wars is because of the Alkalite. It got some early reviews, and we're kind of dicking it. So I want to kind of see what you all think. Everybody in the comment section, what they think about it. Early reviews for the Alkalite seem to be pretty positive. But, like, okay, so we got a trailer a couple of weeks ago, and then recently we got an introduction for the fight scenes that it's going to do. How do you feel? Did you get to check out the trailer?
I watched it right before we got on.
Yeah.
I remember we were going to talk about it.
Oh, nice.
I saw both trailers, bro. The one that first got released and the newer one.
And the newer one?
I think they're both good. I mean, I'm not going to lie, bro. Like, when The Mandalorian first dropped, I don't say I didn't have a hype for it, but I was like, oh, it's a Star Wars show. Like, I'll wait 2 or 3 episodes and I'll jump on the
and then wait
fucking
and
boat.
get it.
You know what I mean? And then fucking Mandalorian sold me, bro. It's just fucking good. Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian 2.0 or whatever you want to call it. Was it good? I mean, yeah. Would I watch it again? Like I don't think I would. It wouldn't be my first pick. I don't think it was as bad. Personal opinion, right? I don't think it was as bad as people said it was. But I think the Acolytes is just something interesting because it just takes a whole different approach to it. And then of course they're trying to reamp that universe. So I'm kind of curious where they're going to go with it.
So you're excited for it to get out of like the Star Wars, the Skywalker era?
Yeah, bro. Because I think it's just not short-lived, but I feel like if we just go a different point of view for the galaxy, like whether it's good or bad or a more internal fight, it's just going to be better. Because I haven't seen like Rebels, Clone Wars. Like I still haven't seen that part of the galaxy yet. Yeah. So that's just something I got to explore on my own. But I wouldn't mind veering off to 2 different things. But again, that's just my personal preference on that part because there's people that have seen Rebels, Clone Wars, fucking everything. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's me.
And I haven't yet. Just.
So if you haven't seen that, did you ever get to watch the Ahsoka show?
Yeah, I watched Ahsoka. It was pretty good. I mean, right.
Were any of the characters like really like, oh, I really dug this, or I like the way the story's done? They have Thrawn and everything.
I think Thrawn was introduced pretty good. The biggest one was Sabine, obviously. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. When Sabine got fucking wrecked on that episode and they fucking just put her in the chamber and shit, I was just kind of like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, bro. Like, when did this become a thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, what the fuck? They could have saved Qui-Gon.
Yeah, bro. I'm a big fan of Qui-Gon, bro. Like a fucking huge Qui-Gon fan, bro. And that's what that fucked me up. Where I was like, motherfuckers, like. But you got to put aside your bias, bro.
But look at okay. So in the comment section, we have, of course, Monica said that she liked it.
Yeah, fucking
Alex is like, Ahsoka sucked though. I like legit. So you got a pretty big like a differentiation when it comes to like the fan base, right? Yeah. Me myself, I grew up watching all the cartoons, the Rebels, and all that stuff. And I'm a grown ass man. I'm older than you, and I still saw that shit. I kind of felt like the Ahsoka show really let it down. The grace of the TV show from what it had in Rebels, but it is what Dave Filoni's vision was, I guess you could say. I mean, I'm 30. Oh, Monica's like, same. I thought she meant she didn't like it. That she was just like, nah, fuck Ahsoka. I'm with you guys. But yeah, there was something about it. And it's really weird. Like, I feel like if you weren't really into Rebels or you didn't really see it like yourself, I feel like that was a good jumping point. Mm-hmm. Like, again, it's one of those things that you could jump into, watch it from there, be a little bit lost, but be pretty like invested in the story and all that stuff with the people, because they're just like, it's so different from what you see in like the regular Star Wars show. Like, but man, Rebels was so good. Ezra's character in Rebels was fantastic. Ahsoka's character was fantastic too. Really, really dynamic when it came to like all the stories and all the stuff they get. But do you see like with the new show, we're getting a lot of reviews about Acolyte, right? And Acolyte is saying, if you've never watched Star Wars or didn't know, like if you're not really a part of this world, this is a great way to jump into Star Wars. Right. But there's a part of me that feels that that's like one of those code words to be like, this show sucks. It's very slow. Anybody can watch it. That it's almost like a nod to, if you're a fan of the show, you're not going to like it. Yeah. Like if you're a fan of Star Wars, this isn't for you. This is for people who have never seen it, never really cared for it. This is a great opportunity for them to jump into. How do you feel if that's the case? Like if it's the case to be like one of those things that, hey, you know what? Like, great if you saw the other movies and spent your hundreds and thousands of dollars on watching the shows and the movies and invested on the shirts and the clothing and the brand and, all that stuff.
Everything.
Yeah. How do you feel when Star Wars says something like that? When it's like, hey, we're making a show. It's not for you. Like, it's not for the fans. And that's the way I felt with the last trilogies. Like, I felt like that wasn't for us. Like, for the people who were like the diehard Star Wars fans that had grown up watching it. Like, I just feel like the last 3 movies weren't for it. And for me, I remember like briefly that someone said that about the last 3 movies also. They were like, this isn't, if you're into Luke and if you're into Leia, if you're into Han, like this isn't for you. It's a whole new generation of Star Wars. You're not the audience. There's a constant flow of you're not. And I always feel like that's like a pillow that the company puts out beforehand because it doesn't believe in its own IP. So, like, after watching the trailer, after watching the dynamic on what they're doing, the change of it being like a really high quality instead of like back in the day when they used to film Star Wars, even The Mandalorian, they did like a 24 frames per second. Yeah. So it gives you that cool like film grain kind of vibe. So you're in the Star Wars universe. The person who made this film moved away from that. So they're doing it like high quality, 60 frames, 120 frames, doing some really high quality shit. Like now it's looking a lot more like new age, like new age streamlined filming. And then the martial arts, of course. What's up, Miguel? Good to see you, my man. The martial arts in the film is like crazy, like Jet Li, wire fu, flipping Matrix kind of shit. We even have yeah, dude. Well, that's what they call it. They call it wire fu. They even have Trinity from the Matrix in it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, how do you feel about that? Because that's you know, when we were younger growing up, your film, the prequels, the one that you grew up with, that was the first time George Lucas was like, sure, go ahead and spin the lightsaber. I guess we can add some flavor. You know what I mean? And then, of course, like that's when they brought in Darth Maul, Ray Parks, Wushu champion at the time could do like B twist. I think he does like a B twist and a couple of fancy things. Yeah. But like that was the first time we had ever seen that in Star Wars, and it was fantastic. I think it was fantastic. I think it was such a dynamic. But oh, dude, the Matrix. Oh man, we can have a whole ass conversation about the Matrix. I love the Matrix. Mm-hmm. I love the Matrix. The new one was kind of weird, but it was all right. But like, I love the Matrix. I fucking love the Matrix. But yeah, how do you feel about the new dynamic change in Star Wars?
I think it's I don't know, bro. So like, I'm very biased, bro, and I know like in the chat we got everyone going, you know, side by side. Alex is saying what's canon then is not canon now, and vice versa. Monica says she appreciates some of it sucks, some of it's good. I get what they're trying to do, bro. Obviously, they want to grow an audience more currently and stuff, you know. Like I guess because now that I'm older, I do hold like the older films to a higher standard, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm not expecting to get that good writing quality because it's like a cash grab. You know what I mean? Of like course. As you get older, you kind of realize like they're gonna pump out another one. You know, like
but doesn't that suck though?
Ah, bro, for real, it kind of kills it, bro. Like the money grab kind of kills it. But if like my kid can follow a storyline for it, bro, and it be his foundation. Like, I'm cool with it, you know? Like,
are we missing something as adults? Like, is it like the Trick cereal? Do you remember back in the day, the magic idea was, like, you know, the saying was tricks are for kids, right?
Yeah.
And we remember the Trick cereal being like shapes of all the fruits and stuff. Yeah. But when we became adults, it just turned into little, like, balls, like Chex Mix balls or whatever. Like, is that what happened? Like, did we age out of Star Wars?
I think so, bro. I mean, think about it, like, when we were that young, like things we're excited about, and then obviously they cut the fruit design to save time, labor, and whatever. And now they're just pumping out things like fucking Bad Batch, Rebels, Rogue One, fucking Mandalorian. Some hit, some don't, right? And they live up their hypes, or they're like, it's gonna be canon, it's not canon. Kind of like what Alex is saying. If it sucks, it tends not to be in canon for some reason, right? I mean, I'm just gonna be that guy. You know, I'm gonna throw it out there. Mm-hmm. But tricks are for kids. Yeah, business review. Hi.
Hi. What's up, man? Thank you for jumping in.
But you know what I mean, bro? Like honestly, like I think Star Wars is gonna get to a good place. I mean, if this show sucks, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still gonna watch it, like beginning to end. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're still gonna watch it. Yeah,
we're gonna watch it and shit, and we're gonna shit on it. But I think the Mandela.
Jump right in. We're gonna shit on it.
I don't think it's the we grew out of Star Wars theory. I don't know, bro. Like it's so hard because like. You want it to be good. I want it to genuinely be good because like it's something that I enjoy. But if it drops the ball, bro, like it's just gonna be kind of garbage, you know.
But like, where do you go from here then? Because like the idea is like, man, Star Wars. Other than the Mandalorian, I don't know what it's producing that's really keeping people. Even Andor, which a lot of people are excited for because of Rebels, right? Or not Rebels, but Rogue One, like that prequel, very espionage-y, very like very very like. cloak and dagger kind of idea that Andor brought in. It had its moments, but a lot of people were just like, they just lost interest in it so fast. 4 or 5 episodes in, people were like, it's cool, but it's not cool. It's, there's no like fucking laser swords. There's no people
there's no duel. There's no like,
yeah, you know what I mean? Like it was missing some elements of the Star Wars like assets that they need to make a coherent story. Even the idea of like someone saying like yourself earlier being like, Rogue One was okay, but the blind dude that could use the Force that did Kung Fu was really cool. And then Darth Vader at the end being a G with a lightsaber was really cool. Like those 2 elements. One, Donnie Yen's a G. You know what I mean? Like he is. Yeah, you can put that dude in a Burger King commercial and I'll buy the fuck out of that shit. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck what he does. He's the man. And Darth Vader is essentially, Star Wars. Like he is. You can put Darth Vader, you can put him in Fortnite, it's still Star Wars. You know what I mean? So being that those are the 2 favorite scenes, that doesn't really like sell me that the entire movie was good. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just that should kind of tell you that it's an okay movie, but without those elements, would it really be up there?
No.
You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know how Star Wars ruins the ending of an epic masterpiece storytelling of the Skywalker family, and then tries to make something new, and it doesn't even have any of that elements in it, and they expect it to work. That's the only thing I'm scared of when it comes to the Acolyte, right? I don't mind them drifting away from the Skywalker story. Like, I don't. I think it's a good idea. There's so much of this universe that you can expand on, and it can be in different time frames. I think I'm one of those people that I've kind of wanted an Old Republic storyline, or like a Legends storyline, right? What Nick Rekieta's emotional support Baldu? That's crazy. Nick Rekieta is this guy that's a YouTuber who recently, he's like a law guy, right? He's like a law YouTuber. He just got arrested recently for like substance abuse and like all. It's crazy, dude. What I do? Oh wait, is this Wronghole Rick? Rick, is that you? That's got to be Wronghole Rick. That's my boy. It's got to be Wronghole Rick. That's one of our guys right there, man. He comes in all the weeks. Hey, what's up, Jay Reed? Good to see you, my dude.
What up, Dell?
Yo, Jay Reed, let me know in the comment section, what is it about the Ahsoka series that you really wish, or that you really liked about that show? I really want to know. Like, I wholeheartedly want to know. For me, the Acolyte show really hasn't like locked me yet. And I'm kind of worried to watch it because of the fact that I know they're going to, the agenda stuff, and, they're really going to try to push for that, which is okay. They're not really, fucking breaking, fucking raising the roof here. They're making it seem like every time, a film with a female lead comes out, that they're fucking doing something Hollywood's never done before, and it's just the same bullshit over and over again. I mean, for them to need strong female leads and then make Madame Web, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's, you're reaching for straws here, bro. Reaching for fucking straws. So, yeah, I don't know how I feel, but I am excited for like Daphne, the one that played, yeah, I already know, dude. Like that hit me so fast. I don't even know why. Like I read the Nick Rekieta's emotional support ballad, and I was like, oh, this is just like a rando from YouTube, like that goes around and like trolls.
Trolls, yeah.
And then in my mind, I was like, wait a minute. This is my boy, Wronghole Rick. That's great. Man, that's so funny, dude. So Nick Rekieta got really popular during the whole Vic Mignogna situation. Do you remember the Vic Mignogna situation? What do you know about Vic Mignogna stuff?
I mean, I just know he, met someone in a hotel room, a touchy grabby, and some other stuff with cosplayers, and that's it, bro.
So there's a lot of like hearsay kind of accusations where people are like, this guy touched a kid, and then that real kid comes out on the internet and goes, he didn't fucking touch me. Quit using my name, bitch. So then they're like, oh, well, he touched this other chick. And then that person comes out and goes, he didn't fucking touch me either, asshole. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of like a really weird, like, and then those people that are claiming he touched those people are like, well, fuck it. He touched me too. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of like this weird, like awkward vibe with the situation. It's already been like 5 years, but during that, there was a couple of YouTubers who got really popular off of covering the court case and all the drama and all that stuff. Nick Rekieta was one of them, and he kind of kept in that limelight. But right now, he's kind of like he gave those people a lot of fuel to use against him now, like in the sense of like when he's going out there trying to be like some type of freedom fighter. Because like I said, like him, his wife, some other dude's wife, they all got busted for like substance abuse and doing some like swinging stuff in a hotel. Like, it's wild. It's really fucking wild. But yeah, man, it's really crazy how that kind of unfolded. Because you would assume that someone was trying to be out there trying to like freedom fight for people would keep their nose clean. Like, how hard is it, dude? Like, how hard is it if you're out there trying to call people out to not be like fucking blowing people in the corner or like outside of Walmart? Like, you know what I mean? Like, just do it at home, like in the privacy of your own fucking secret room, not in a fucking public place, guys. Come on. Jeez. If you're going to do drugs in private. Right. As much as I can say. Don't do it at the park in front of a bunch of children. You know what I mean? Because it's not going to end well, dude. It's not going to fucking end well. So I want to ask you, so which of the Star Wars films is like your go-to? Like, this is like you're kicking it, you're drinking, you're like me, you're eating fucking Tostino pizza rolls, you're fucking, you know, in your boxers, you're fucking you got a beer. This isn't a beer, it's just an energy drink. But you got your drugs, you got everything around you. Like, what film or what Star Wars thing is like your go-to? Like, I need to know.
Let's see. We got Jay Reed said, I like the struggle to find who he is, but honestly, I really do like the action scene. Reminds me of Skywalker in New Hope 97. And then Ron Hovik says, kind of over with Oz of Blow. Okay, he's just going on with that one. Bro, my favorite go-to Star Wars movie, I could watch it 24/7, doesn't matter what mood I'm in, is Phantom Menace, bro. The first one.
Phantom Menace. Hey, that's a good call.
Don't get me wrong, bro. New Hope is good. Like, I could watch that one, like, because it's like old Obi-Wan, you know, like Ben Kenobi type of thing, you know. I was a big fan of the Obi-Wan series, bro. I know people shit on it. You know what I mean?
I shit on it every day, dude.
But I really liked it, bro. I mean, there was like 4 episodes that didn't make fucking sense, but the rest of it was fucking G, bro.
Bro, can you imagine that day when the director walked in and was like, I got a great idea. Obi-Wan, put that kid under your jacket. Let's walk you out. Like, it's gonna work, dude, because that's like, you know, it worked in the Pink Panther TV show.
That's the thing.
Yeah, because it's like there are certain moments. Okay, so like one, that scene to me works really good with kids.
Yeah,
that's like a very like kid like funny like Blue's Clues, or what was that one guy, Master of Disguise, Weegu or whatever, and the little thing. That's very much like those little corny things. Same thing with like. The episode, I think it was like episode 2, when they're trying to kidnap the girl in the forest, and she's like ducking them and running and doing like kid parkour, and they're like flipping over each other, and like very Benny Hinn, very you know what I mean? Like, you know, very silly. And then that's the thing, is they'll tell you like, dude, this is a fucking kids show. This is a kids show. And then there's episodes where like in the film you got like fucking Adam Driver without a shirt on for no reason because it turns Ray on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need that. I don't need that. We don't need no shirtless scenes in this movie. What are you doing, my guy? You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, it's kind of like a here or there. It's not too much. It's not like a rated R scene or whatever, but I don't know. I never kind of quite know who the audience is when it comes to these films. Like, I never knew who the audience is, but I got to know, like, what was it about the Obi show that you liked? Was it Reva? Was it Reva?
I mean, fuck that bitch too, bro. That bitch was dumb as shit. What's it called? She should have stabbed herself with her own lightsaber, bro. I don't know, bro.
Dude, you know, self-sabotage or whatever.
The bigger part of it, bro, besides like his PTSD, like for fucking Anakin and shit, you know, like I would have, and this is gonna sound so shitty of me, bro. Like, people are gonna look at me different on the podcast, but you know that part in fucking Obi-Wan, bro, where he fucking fucks him up and puts him in the fucking fire and shit. Like, he should have just fucking wrecked Obi-Wan, bro. You know what I mean?
You think he should have killed him?
Yeah, bro. Like, that would have been like, I'm a big fan of like Rocky 1, bro, where he loses. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a fucking great storyline, bro, that he loses and shit. But like, where he really fucks up Obi-Wan, bro, then Obi-Wan gets rescued by the droid and shit. Like, okay, like, I get it, right? Obviously we know he survives, But I just
Yeah, because he fucking dies in the other movie.
Yeah, exactly, bro. But that darkness, bro, like to do that shit, and then when they fight and shit, and the dialogue, like I know, like in TikTok they talk about the light change and this and that, but just the dialogue in between, like where he realizes, like, damn, like I thought I fucked this guy up, but it was I had nothing to do with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, could they have delivered it a little bit better, possibly? But I think just like the action scenes and shit, and him realizing he's not a fucking little bitch, like Obi-Wan with a G, bro. But I'm like a huge fan of Phantom Menace too. But I liked Obi-Wan.
I'm eating the college delicacy, Totino's pizza rolls, dude. Yeah, it's the only thing I've eaten all day. So give it, man, give it.
Gee.
But yeah, I think the Obi-Wan show, it did had its marks. It was pretty cool. He is a G, definitely. I think Obi-Wan, other than what's his name? I just mentioned him earlier. Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah.
Those guys kind of embedded what it was to be actual Jedis. But for me though, it's like really weird because that was like the cusp of like Jedis who were using emotion to kind of rule judgment. Because Obi-Wan, for what it's worth, like he had a love interest in the Clone Wars. Like, he was practically in tears when he's yelling at Anakin, when he turns into Darth Vader at the end of Revenge of the Sith, or what was the fucking movie?
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, Revenge of the Sith, right? Yeah, he's there screaming at him like, you were the chosen one. I loved you. You were my brother. Like you're not supposed to do those things as a Jedi.
Yeah.
So like it's really like but that's the way Qui-Gon was too. Like he goes off, he meets this child, he's got like a high metachlorine count, whatever the fuck that means. And then goes off and saves this kid from slavery to become his master and put him in slavery again. No, I'm just kidding. For him to have like a better life, even though he couldn't afford his mom. I mean, what the fuck, dude? But like, yeah, like he went against the Jedi Council, brought this kid in who he had like he had a feeling, he had a feeling about this kid. He thought he was something special, man, something special about him. You're special, Annie, or whatever fucking Jar Jar Binks says or whatever. Yeah, Jar Jar was the real villain. Yeah, I still think he was a Sith, dude.
Hey, bro, I love those fucking lores, bro. Those little fucking side quest things.
Yo, even better, Lego's Star Wars is doing like a multiverse story, and in one of the stories they have Darth Jar Jar.
Shut the fuck
I'm not even kidding, dude. They have a Darth Jar Jar.
That's fucking cool.
And then not even to like go over that, the legend Ahmed Best, the guy who played Jar Jar Binks, like, getting fucking reconciliation from like being hated back in the day, in the new series and stuff like that. Like, I love it. That's so great.
That was a good fucking villain arc, bro. He fucking came back as a hero.
Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, even Jar Jar, right? Jar Jar wasn't a bad dude. Like, he was just, special or whatever. And then he ends up like being so special, like in the head, that he ends up becoming like a fucking politician, right? Who would have seen that? You know what I mean? Right next to Queen Amidala. But Amidala. But Ahmed Best ended up coming out as his character from the TV show with the Jedi kids. It was like kind of like those adventure shows where the kids get to like jump and gack, or like they get to do, what was it, like a Treasure Island kind of shit or whatever. It was really cool. I really dug it. I really dug what they did with him too. But yeah, my favorite film would probably have to be I don't know, man.
You gotta have one, bro. The one that comes on that you're not changing, bro. That's it.
I want to say Return of the Jedi. Like the startup with, if I'm not mistaken, it starts off with Jabba the Hutt. They save Han Solo. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. But the ending, dude, right before Revenge of the Sith, my favorite line is, of course, I know, from Han Solo when, Princess Leia's like, I love you. And he's like, I know. Like, that's a fucking, like, man, for Han Solo, for fucking what's his face, Harrison Ford, to be like, hey, George, I want you to just kill my character off because I don't really see. I think that's the best thing. Like he literally was like, yo, kill me off, dude, because like I think that's the best thing for my character. Mm-hmm. So like them putting him in carbonite and all that stuff, like I want to say he ad-libbed that line. Like I want to say like he just like on the spot, like George Lucas was like, Yo, she's gonna say I love you. You say whatever you want. You say what you think Han Solo would say. And it was fucking perfect. It was so fucking perfect. Like, man, dude. But yeah, Revenge of the Jedi would probably be my favorite movies. I can watch that one over and over again. All the time.
Series, bro? What about series? Let's go with series now. Because I said Obi-Wan. Yeah, what about series?
Oh, you're talking about live action series. I mean,
you can go cartoon, bro.
Am I a poser if I just say The Mandalorian? I think I'm a poser with The Mandalorian.
Bro, I mean, Mandalorian's good though, bro. That's the thing. Like,
but you know what? I was a really big fan of Clone Wars and the Rebels, the cartoon.
Yeah, the animated, yeah.
Yeah, I really think the Rebels crew and the Rebels story was really, really good. As a cartoon, it really expanded the universe in such a great way. You remember in the Ahsoka show, you had that part where you're in the world in between, right? Which is like the back door to the universe. Of course, like I'll die on that fucking I'll die on that platform and say I hate when stories make multiverses and time travel a thing, because then nothing is ever like solidified. Yep, in fact, a lot of people don't even know that Ahsoka died in the series, the Rebel series. She completely dies. Like I'm talking like it's like just dead, like DED dead. Like the kid from The Incredibles, we're dead, we're alive, but we're dead in the water kind of moment. DED dead, right? But what happens is Ezra is able to go into the back door, right? The back door of the Matrix of Star Wars. And he goes and he sees the doorway to that timeline when Ahsoka's about to die. And he pulls her out because it doesn't change anything, because it's her isolated with Vader, and that's when she just dies. Yeah. Because later on he goes to save his master, which is Freddie Prinze Jr.'s character, the one with the he's got like a mask, he's a blind Jedi.
Yeah,
but he cannot pull him out of that timeline, because if he pulls him, he's at that moment he's using his force powers to stop a giant explosion. It would have killed all of them. So it would have erased them from the timeline at that moment too. So he just wouldn't have existed. He wouldn't have existed. Yeah. So, yeah, Ahsoka dies in the series, like straight up, just fucking gets murked, and she comes back to life because of a timeline change. But it was written in such a good way that it didn't make me say like, oh, it's like, fucking Tony Stark stops Thanos, and Captain Rogers now just uses a time stone and brings him back. And then it's like, yay, Tony Stark is back. Let's make some money, bitches. Marvel's back on the menu. You know what I mean? Like that's we all feel it. There was so many times that, I'm not going to lie. Like I teared up when Tony Stark's character dies. I thought it was a very 10 years of pushing this character and building him. I thought the send away for that character was fantastic. But like now that there's like, oh, we can go into the time and fix this with the time stones and the multiverse, and everyone's like, oh, dude, we're going to get Tom Cruise's Iron Man and all this other bullshit. Like, it cheapens the story and the stakes of the franchise. So when Ezra did it and pulls Ahsoka out, it's crazy. But when Ahsoka does it, it's like, well, why though? Like, why now can she do it? Like, what's the point? Like, and there's a lot of people that always talked about, of course, before the guy who passed away, Stevenson. What's his name?
Ray Stevenson. Ray
Stevenson's, right? Yeah. Before he passed away, they were going on the father, the brother, and the sister story, right? Which is like the good, the bad, and the evil. So Ahsoka has always been a conduit for the sister, which is the light side. That's why you always see that weird owl in the stories and like following her and stuff like that. It's like her spirit animal and stuff like that. She's like a conduit for it. So I like that the Ahsoka show kind of brought that into fruition. Like it kind of was like, hey, look, there's some fucking giant wolves, or there's a fucking giant owl that can, speak light side shit and make Ahsoka go places and shit. I didn't like what they did with Ezra's character in the Ahsoka show. I think they kind of like cheapened that story where he like left with Thrawn. Thrawn was kind of a letdown, but that's kind of like the thing that anchors me down to thinking that this show's not going to be any better. And what makes it worse is like, I have no idea what this show's about. You know what I mean? Like nobody has any idea what this show's about. The Ahsoka show, I have an idea because it's based on something that has an entire like Rolodex of information I can go to. But this one really doesn't, man, and it kind of trips me out. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too into it.
Like,
But
I'm
what do you
overthinking.
think? Okay, sorry about that. What was that, David?
No, I said you're like I'm overthinking. Fuck.
I'm overthinking it. Let me ask you though.
What's up?
What do you think would Star Wars would need for the Alkalite film to be successful? Like, what do you think it needs?
I mean, what timeline does it take place, bro? It takes place in between which timelines again?
40 years before the prequels,
Right,
like 100 years.
So like they're gonna have a cameo of Yoda, bro, 100%, of course, right?
Yoda, baby.
But there's gotta be like a Yoda death, like a near, like a Padawan, a fucking like they have to just have a really awesome death to tie into it, bro. Like, and it sounds real shitty, bro, but like someone's gotta die, bro. Someone's gotta kick.
Yeah, that's like that one little Jedi kid in the trailer that's like, when I close my eyes, I see fire or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she could see us, Anakin kicking the shit out of all the kids in that one room in the early movies or whatever, in the Revenge, or what is it? Yeah,
Revenge of the Sith, and I mean that was also like the Force powers, right? They could see in the future, something death.
I wonder if that's what she saw.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wonder if that's what she saw.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, bro, like in this particular series for the Alkalite, I think there just has to be a really good. I mean, hopefully, right? They're releasing the first 2 episodes together, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say they are. So they have to have a really good first 2 episodes, bro, just to build the storyline. I haven't read too much on the Alkalite and the timeline, bro, but there's just got to be a good character development that ties in with the development of the Force and the Sith. You know what I mean? Because they're not gonna they say it's gonna be more about the Sith and so forth, but they got to tie in some of the fucking light in that,
Yeah, of course.
But it'd be interesting to get that point of view. But somebody's got to die, bro. And I think if they could really pull it off, it's gonna be one of those like, like when Obi-Wan died in New Hope, and you're like, fuck. You know, if they can pull that off in the Alkalite where a Sith dies, and you're just like, fuck, like that would be fucking G, bro. I think that would be fucking something different.
My boy John, Corpus Christi John, baby, says if they show or explain the original Jedi and the first Sith Lord, or the first one to choose the dark side, maybe that's how the Jedis originate. Maybe. I mean, it's during a time where it's right during like the High Republic. And that's why you see a lot of the Jedis wearing like robes, like ceremonial robes, and a lot of like, maybe you can get some like gold accents and shit like that. So it's during that time, like a time of peace when the Jedis were like up here, and it's more like a kingdom, like it's ran like a what is it, Game of Thrones kind of thing. You're gonna have like emperors and kings and queens, and the Jedi are kind of like this religious sect that kind of like run everything, like the Catholic Church of that time, like the Templars or whatever. And apparently, like the show arrives, or like it's kind of derives around this one mysterious character that's going around killing Jedis.
Yeah.
Right, and trying to do some stuff, and then you get introduced to this one character who, I don't know, gets like her mask taken off. She's fighting Trinity. They're gonna try to make her a Jedi, like try to come to the you don't understand me. I'm unique. I'm I'm a firefly, or I don't know what the fuck, dude.
Oh, bro, you know what it's gonna be, bro? It's gonna be the Alkalite had a fucking vision of the future that one of the Jedi was gonna kill everybody. So he's like,
I'm prepping, baby.
I'm just gonna kill all the Jedis. I gotta hit the fucking right one. And fucking Anakin's over there, not even born yet. Right?
So you know what would be kind of interesting, and I said this once in a podcast a couple, like maybe weeks ago or whatever. It would be very interesting if this character, the girl, was like the last living like descendant of like the planet where the Sith come from. Because like there's a planet where the Kyber crystals and all that stuff, and where the Sith as a culture and as a race were on, and that's where like Kyber crystals were from, or something like that, like Mustafar, or like one of those crazy places, right?
Yeah.
But what if she was like a last living descendant, because all of those that race got wiped out by the Jedi? Like that was like, I think, part of the story where they got like, they were enslaved, they were like taken under, like, it's kind of like, it has very like huge resemblance to like what happened in our culture in early times with like the African American culture and the slave trade and all that stuff. Very similar to the Sith Empire, right? I wonder if they're going to kind of follow that. It's interesting. It's a new take. I know that they were. I know that we kind of heard in some of like the interviews that they were like, this is a whole new take on the Jedi. You know, it goes away from what George Lucas was all about, of it just being about good versus evil. Like you're gonna understand this. I fucking hate that a little bit, but I guess where like nowadays, you know, when Thanos, you know, talks about deleting half the universe and then gives an explanation, you kind of sit there and you're like, well, you're not wrong. Like, you know, half the universe and more food does sound pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like, I fucking hate that so much, dude. Like, you just cannot have a generic bad guy that's just like, well, fuck you. That's why. Why are you killing all these people? Because fuck you. That's why. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have that anymore. Kind of sucks, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like Star Wars simple, not complicated.
But because how simple, bro? Because you're like good big guy, bad guy, red saber, blue saber. Like,
but it's for kids. It's for kids.
I mean, yeah,
but you know what I mean? It's for kids. Like,
it's that nitty gritty though, bro. Like some of like I think like the stupidest thing, bro, and I'm gonna say it to this day, and I'll die on this hill. But when Finn was wielding the lightsaber, bro,
what's up, my dude? He's getting food with his family. I think I just got his text.
Thanks for joining, Nick.
He's with his family. They're doing Memorial Day stuff.
We're family too.
We're family too. And you got to come and eat this nerd stuff. Come and eat your nerd language or whatever. If they, oh yeah, George Lucas does the simple storytelling, and that's what works. I mean, but that was what made this space opera manageable. You know, it's what made it work. Yeah, it got really crazy and super. I remember it was super edgy when Anakin was like laying in bed with Padme and no shirt and fucking crying and killing the fucking people that hurt his mom and killed his mom. Like, he like wiped all of them out, even the babies or whatever he says. Like, you're kind of like, oh man, Raising Cane's, bro. Raising Cane's. He's doing it. He's doing it. As for the macaroni and cheese, dude.
They got mac and cheese.
No, they don't. That's what's wrong with Raising Cane's. They only got like 4 things on the menu: chicken, and more chicken, dude. Fuck and that bread. Place.
Coleslaw.
And the sauce. Fucking sauce is delicious.
Hi.
But yeah, like I remember growing up, and the prequels came out, and Anakin kind of like it. Of course, the flipping of the fucking lightsabers and all that shit, and the way that Anakin carried himself in the Obi-Wan story and all that stuff, like. And even like the death of Qui-Gon was kind of hardcore, wasn't it? Like Mace Windu also
at that time,
like Mace Windu's death? Because that was the time where like we saw, of course, when we were younger, when Obi-Wan gets slain, he fucking disappears. You know, fucking self-cleaning. No one has to clean up the dead body or whatever. Smells like pine sol or whatever. That's what Jedis do because that's the Jedi way or whatever. Really doesn't make sense because I don't know. I don't know what level of XP you need before you can get that to happen. You know what I mean? It didn't happen to. Did it happen to Darth Vader? No, they fucking buffet him in the Ewoks world, right?
They buffet him.
Yeah, because remember the Ewoks don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
like they're literally like little pit bulls, right? Let's just be honest. They're little bears. So. I swear to God, in that part of the movie, when they're having a Viking funeral for Darth Vader, you could see the Ewoks with plates. Like they just think that they're just cooking this dude they're fucking cooking him. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, I guess we're gonna eat this guy with plastic on. You know what I mean? Like the Ewoks are just there to munch. Darth Vader, they're there to eat the body. You know what I mean? 100%, dude. Because when I saw that shit, I was like. Wait, they're not Vikings. Why are they having a Viking funeral? This is a future, bro. Like, and in my mind, I was like, maybe they're just gonna feed the body to the Ewoks. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Yeah. How do you like your Vader? Well done.
Yeah, well done. How do you like your Vader? But like at the very end, Anakin changes back to a Jedi, does the good thing, saves the world, does not turn back into fumes or self-cleaning, into pine sol or whatever, but then comes out in the Ahsoka show. Why hasn't Obi-Wan? He did it a little bit with Luke. Obi-Wan kind of did use the Force, Luke, or whatever the fuck, right? Yoda ends up doing the Force Ghost thing with Luke at the ending of the Last Jedi, or what was the fucking film called? The stupid Last Jedi. Was it Last? Yeah, fuck it, Last Jedi. Yeah, Yoda comes out and does the whole lights the tree on fire with lightning. Apparently, he can make lightning happen without being in the vaporal world or whatever the actual world. I don't. Why didn't he just do that to Kylo Ren?
You're not wrong, bro. Fucking Force Thunder.
It's a fucking movie, man. And then the third fucking Star Wars movie. Why didn't Mark Hamill come back and just fuck with Kylo Ren the whole time and not let him get sleep? Like, bro, I would just be fucking with people the whole time, dude. Why is it so the first person to create that was, if I'm not mistaken, Qui-Gon Jinn. He was the first one to understand that you could become a Force ghost and kind of like, visit your friends whenever you want or whatever. Why didn't he just fucking go after what's his face? Is it like a specific place you gotta like teleport to? I don't know. I'm thinking way too much about this because it's like, why didn't he go after bro? Yeah, I was gonna say, like, why didn't he just like spy on the Emperor Palpatine, and just be like, oh, dude, that fucking dude's back, bro? Like, you know what I mean? And just ruin the whole movie. Like, can you imagine? Fucking Liam Neeson just shows up in front of Rey Skywalker or whatever her name is and be like, hi, you don't really know me, but Palpatine, dude, he's back and he's your grandpa. He's your fucking granddaddy. Han Solo and Leia had a kid. You gotta meet him. He's cool.
You gotta meet him.
You gotta meet him. He looks good without a shirt on or whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of weird things I just didn't quite understand later on about the series. Even now, I'm still kind of confused. Like at the ending of Obi-Wan, like Qui-Gon Jinn just appears and he's like, "What's up, bitch?" He's like wearing sunglasses. He's standing in the middle of the desert. It's like, why did you wait this long, asshole? Like there was no lesson for me to learn. Yeah, where were you?
Where were you, bitch?
Where were you? And then all of a sudden he like, gives him a martini or whatever. And like, he's like, how do you make things move? Like, fucking Yoda and his fucking lightning bolts in the middle of like heaven or whatever. Like, I don't get it. There's just so many things that fucking Star Wars. Okay, so your favorite movie growing up was The Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace, right?
What are your like favorite like historical points in Star Wars? Like what were like the ones that you're like, dude, I really thought that was so badass?
Bro, I think when the whole storyline for fucking Boba, where he fucking Mace Windu takes off his head, Jango Fett's head.
Oh fuck, dude! That was during the Phantom Menace, right? No, Attack of the Clones. Attack of the Clones, dude. Like when they're in the Coliseum and he just fucking like a G, bro. Just like backhands the fuck at him, looking at the kid, and he's like, "Hate me, hate me. I dare you, motherfucker, hate me." You know, he's just telling this like 5-year-old kid.
I just chop your dad's head off, bitch.
Yeah, chop your dad's head off and be like, "What? You coming for it or what? Grow."
Nah, bro. I think that was good overall, just for everything, regardless of how Book of Boba played out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was just one of the key cool parts to it. I mean, obviously, you can't go wrong with fucking the duel on Mustafar, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a good one.
That's the thing, bro. Yeah. That was the pinnacle. Like, and then you question, is he really the chosen one? Because obviously, you find out later on, like he kind of was, right? Mm-hmm. So because he fucking good and bad and back to good and so forth. So that's kind of when you really question it. I think that was a good set. And plus, like, they built it up good, bro. They worked their way backwards with New Hope and so forth. And then they knew they had to deliver for fucking revenge. And they did fucking deliver, bro.
True that. Fuck, that's really good. So going back to the comment section, Chrissy, of course, I didn't see you come in. She says, happy Sunday, guys. Sorry I haven't been around to listen. It's okay. People got lives and they busy. That's why we have it. So when you got the time, you can just come and join us in this little corner of our little nerd area that we can just come and just geek out a little bit in the privacy of our own homes as we get ready for the week. You know what I mean? John,
we don't have lives.
Huh?
I thought you were gonna be like, it's because we don't have lives, so we do this all the time.
No, man. Well, we don't got lives. We're here every Sunday, man. Everybody else got lives. They're coming back from the beach and doing cool things. We're over here fucking working and fucking sweating and shit. John says when George Lucas sold the rights to Star Wars and there was a new direction and different perspectives of what he had made, the changes and the feel of Star Wars for the older movies to today's fans and perspectives. Yeah, 100%, man. It is not the same. I wonder what George Lucas is doing. I wonder like if he's like crying into the money he like you know what I mean? Like if he has a bed mattress with like all the money in it and like he's literally just crying because they're like, oh dude, like they made Anakin kiss a dude or You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if he's like freaking out. Like, I wonder if he's freaking out on what they've done. And Chrissy says, money grab or nothing, nothing more. They really milked it for every dollar and still is with all the side stories. You are not wrong. You are definitely not wrong. Nico's, one of his favorite parts was, of course, Darth Maul's double lightsaber, right? And I'm guessing he's doing the part where, like, the Jedis are all like, everybody this way, and then they turn around and the door open. It's like, bum, Darth Maul.
Perfect.
Like the song says, Darth Maul. Darth Maul, Darth Maul, Darth Maul, Darth Maul. Yeah. I kind of feel like that's like fucking G time, man. Like, that's like a great movement. Elizabeth, what's up, Elizabeth? San Antonio in the house says, at least Star Wars music is always amazing regardless of the movie. What's his name? John
Williams.
John Williams, man. Always putting it down, man. I don't think he worked in like the recent films though. I think he came back for Ahsoka. I want to say he came back for Ahsoka because he was probably like doing nothing. He was just like, oh man, I'm chilling. I'll make some move. Let me make some music for you guys. Like, you know, and he does it very well. John then says George Lucas is doing more consulting for the movies and the shows. Shit, I don't know how much consulting he's doing when they don't listen to him and they put out crap. You know what I mean? Like, man. I was not a big fan of the Reva character in the Obi-Wan story.
Yeah, the Rev or whatever.
I kind of feel like they kind of like milked her in. Hey, what's up, dude?
Hi.
Yeah, hi. Davidson. What's up, dude?
Oh yeah, school. I forgot. Whatever.
I kind of feel like they just shoehorned her in because, you know, they wanted, like, again, check boxes and all this other shit. Like, they really didn't utilize her character well enough, and her motives were like, it was so garbage. Like, the motive of the character, like, well, I'm gonna get revenge for what they did for the kids, but I'm gonna become a Sith and murder a lot of motherfucking people to get there. Yeah. And I'm gonna be a huge piece of shit just to get revenge for these like 5 or 6 kids that got nuked. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm gonna gladly work under the dude who killed all these fucking kids. You know what I mean?
What'd you think about the fight scene between her and fucking Darth Vader, bro? Because Darth Vader was like, "Get the fuck out of here."
But dude, yeah, it's Darth Vader, man. If you ever read any of the stories, I mean, if you know Darth Vader, bro, like that wasn't even gonna be like a thing. There's a great comic book where it's a panel and it's a bunch of like rebels surrounding Vader, right? And there's like fucking 100 and something dudes, and they all got guns pointed at him, and he's in a crater, and they all go like, Vader, you fucking give up, you're surrounded. And he just opens his hands and lights the saber and goes, the only thing I'm surrounded by is fear. And then fucks them all up, dude. You know what I mean? Like, you know Darth Vader, bro. Like, you know that was going to be a game to him. What was even funnier is he was like, I know you, Reva. I know what you're fucking doing. I know you're a fucking backstabber. Here's your lightsaber. You're now working under me. And it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you know she's a traitor. What are you doing giving her jobs, bitch? Like, put some cuffs on that chick. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's wild, dude. It was so crazy, but it is what it is. It is what it is. What is it? Elizabeth says, like Tom, who sold MySpace, living his best life, hopefully. Yeah, that's what George Lucas. No, he's not doing that. He's crying everywhere in the Bahamas or whatever.
Every night.
The Bahamas. Elizabeth also says Star Killer from Force Unleashed is still a better love story, or however the meme is supposed to go. You, Beth, are not wrong. Star Killer is probably one of the greatest characters ever, who ended up, of course, being Darth Maul, the voice actor for Darth Maul in the Rebels cartoon.
Whitmire.
Yeah, Whitwer. Yeah,
okay.
Whitmer. Whatever.
Sam W.
And he's even a consultant for like a lot of like the Star Wars shows. Mm-hmm. But like, what do you do when you're at that level? Like, that's like Freddie Prinze Jr. Freddie Prinze Jr. comes out and always like, it doesn't matter if you, whatever the fuck, a gray Jedi. Like, there's a whole speech of him like on shows, you know, bashing fans for talking about the gray Jedi or how they feel the Force is. And then he's like, well, fuck you because you're wrong, because I heard it from, you know, George Lucas himself and these guys and that. And it's like, well, bro, I hope you have that same energy with these people that are fucking up the movies in front of you. Like why are you standing up to the fans and not standing up to these people like that are fucking the whole series up. If you're that gung ho about it, to be able to act hard on a fucking podcast, you know, talking shit about fans because they want to see a conflicting Jedi. You know, they want to see Ahsoka when she like disavowed the Jedi Academy and didn't want to go to like the Sith. You know what I mean? Why is that a bad thing? You know what I mean? Like, but here's Freddie Prinze Jr. Like, oh, fuck your theories and all this shit. Man, dude, get out of here, bro. I don't know. I'm a huge fan of Rebels. Like I said, I think Sam Whitmer. I don't know how to say this. I have a stuttering problem, so if that name like fucks me up all the time. His rendition of Darth Maul was fantastic. It's poetic. It's Shakespearean, dude. The last scene that they have together in the cartoon is like, my God, dude. That's like the last time we got solid writing in Star Wars. Like, it's amazing. If you guys ever get a chance, like Star Wars Rebels, the ending, man, dude, it's so good. It's so good. Okay, so we talked about historical moments. Oh, I didn't have a historical moment, did I?
No, you didn't talk about it, bro. What is it?
My historical moment is how fast Boba Fett got dropped in that Sarlacc pit. Like, yeah, because he was like, you know, walking with his arms crossed and like laying his gun on his arm, being like a G. And then all of a sudden, like by accident, you know, fucking Luke hits his fucking jetpack, fucking flips him, and he lands in the Sarlacc pit. And at that moment, I shit you not, from that moment in that movie, I never understood why people are like, nah, dude, Boba Fett's a G, bro. Like he's a fucking awesome character. It's like, bro, he had like 10 seconds on scene. What are you talking about? Like the only thing he did was he got Han Solo's body, and then he's standing next to what's his name, Jabba the Hutt, and then the next scene he's fucking getting played by accident, you know, fucking dropping his gun and fucking real like klutz and shit. Yeah. What I wanted for them to do was bring Boba Fett back like the way they did in the series, but make him like an accidental like spy, like a dude that like he gets hired, but he's really klutzy, and then like he like trips and like his lightsaber hits the ground and it shoots the guy he needs to kill, kind of stuff. I always wanted that to happen. How's Rim Job? Hey, what's up, dude? It's going really good, actually, man. The Red Room is going really well. A lot of jobs, a lot of rim jobs going on, man. A lot of basketball playing.
People jumping on like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what the fucking rim jobs? Jesus Christ. The rim job is the guy who cleans basketball hoops. Come on, guys. We know this. Mine out of the gutter. We're talking about Star Wars right now, man. So welcome to the show. Yeah, I always wanted Boba Fett to be this, like, you know, he drops his gun, it hits the floor, shoots the guy the bounty he needs, and then like it's like the want, like, you know, he always like makes mistakes, but he always gets the job done by accident.
Fucking Jar Jar Jr.
Yeah, I very much wanted that because I never understood, like, even to this day, like, I don't know why he got his own show. Like, he wasn't like a badass during that time. Like, he had, I guess, like an okay run, like, I guess, like with comic books. But even in the comic books, they did this thing to his character, which was just so stupid. He ends up getting amnesia out of the Sarlacc pit, gets out, and then becomes best friends with Han Solo, and they do missions together. And then later on, he's in this ship. I think he's in the Slave One, and it's being like either eaten by that giant space worm that's on the asteroid. And Han Solo's like, Boba, we need to go. Let's go, brother, or whatever this fuck. And then he gets his head hit, and he's in the hatch. And then all of a sudden, he's like, Han Solo, I'm here to capture you. And then Han just closes the fucking thing on it, and he gets eaten like again. And you're like, dude, why, man, dude, you guys did Boba so bad, dude, so bad, so bad. So I never knew why he was getting his own show. Like, The Mandalorian was already like great. Like, why bring Boba Fett when you already have the Mandalorian?
I think it was just I don't say cash grab, bro, but I think it tied in well when it was like Mando, Boba, and fucking Bo-Katan and shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They were all teaming up and shit. I think it was just that good moment and everything. Mm-hmm. But that was on the Mandalorian, though. That wasn't on fucking Boba. So
So okay, so going back, so now that we know my favorite part in Star Wars history, which is a silly part, um, what about your cons for Star Wars? What have been like your most like, man, this really sucked. Like
Finn.
in the Star Wars, not right now. I don't want to be like with how the Alkalite may make you feel. Like I'm talking about like the bad choices they've made like throughout the entire like process of Star Wars. Man, I run out of fingers and toes, man.
Bro, I didn't like Finn's character, bro. I'm telling you.
Finn, yeah, they
Like,
really
I
do.
thought he was fucking stupid as fuck. Not even the good kind of stupid.
But like that's crazy because like yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. But like they had so much potential for his character.
And
Like originally he was supposed to be like the first of like the Jedi trainees, right? He gets the lightsaber. We even saw. I don't know if you ever got to see that. I'm gonna sit back and chill. Um, the reaction, the live reaction to the actor watching him the first time he gets to see himself like pull up the lightsaber,
mm-hmm.
and just the sheer joy of watching him do that. You knew that guy knew what was up.
Yeah.
And then I just want to know what it was like the first time he read the second part of the script, and it was like, nah, man, that's just a little taste. Like you're never gonna be a Jedi. You know what I mean? Dude, that
I think that's what it was, bro. I think they wanted to invest in him, but I think just with politics and shit, they were like, no.
Like, I really think it was because of the investment from China. Because China, like the thing about it is like if you even go back and watch what they did with the posters, China, I don't know what it is, but they're very not supportive of like the black community when it comes to like entertainment in their region and stuff like that. So when they had the Star Wars poster, of course, in the United States and in different parts of the world, you know, Finn was front and center. And then when they took it to China, they literally like almost deleted him off of the poster. Damn. They literally took him almost completely off the poster, which is like, damn, dude, like, and Disney out here trying to be the fucking freedom fighter it is, but it's racist as fuck. Mm-hmm. It's not standing up for its own people. Like, I don't know. They did it to the Black Panther film too. They did a lot of stuff with the Black Panther film, but yeah, that's like a huge like, damn, dude, like, Finn, it's a big black mark on them, man. It's a big red flag for Disney, dude.
And then the thing is, bro, the only part about it with Finn, besides the first time he draws a lightsaber and shit, and I mean, he talks about it in the interviews that he was like a huge Star Wars fan, but that part where he's in that stupid ship and he's like, I'm gonna sacrifice myself and shit. You know what I mean?
And then Rose,
I was like, get the fuck out of here, bro! Like, what the fuck you trying to do, bro?
It was, and then Rose comes out and like slams into him, going like 80 miles an hour, dude.
And she's like,
both of them are cool. They just walk it off and shit. I like that they're like feet away from like guys that are boots on the ground next to that big ass cannon. Mm-hmm. And he can literally just go have a big ass moment with her, like take her out of the thing. She gives him a kiss, like, and these other stormtrooper dudes are just behind him, like 50 feet, being like, "Hey, you think she's gonna kiss him? I bet you she's gonna kiss him, dude." Yo, is she dead? No, she's not dead. Nah, it's not kissing a dead body. That would be weird. Yo, should we shoot him? Nah, let him have their moment. It's cool. Let him like and be like, they didn't fuck the cannon up. It's still fucking up the door. Like, just let him fuck up the door. Like, we'll kill those dudes first. These two though, yeah, let it play out. Shit, we'll even let him get a head start, right? And get him like, let him run over there. Shit, like, I'm stupid, man. Goddamn. Fuck, that's a fucking good point.
Yeah, that was the one that bothered me, bro. Out of all the movies, out of everything, bro, it was just that, bro. That killed me.
Elizabeth says Finn could have been such a better, so much better. He and Kelly's character, which is Rose's character, got butchered, and I think it's because of Carrie passing, and then whatever they had to do between the movies. I don't know. I mean, with Carrie's passing, I mean that was kind of like out of nowhere. But boy, did they not mind fucking up her character doing the whole Wicked Witch of the West shit through space, though. You know what I mean? Yeah, they fucking, that was a really horrible mark on the Princess Leia character. I don't know anyone in the entire years of talking about Star Wars that's ever been like, oh my god, Princess Leia flying through space. So poetic. I've always heard people say that was weird as fuck, dude. Like, that was a weird choice. That was just as weird as Mark Hamill's Luke Skywalker dying of like force ghosting himself across the nation when Snoke had been doing it the whole time.
That would have been a strong second, bro. That would have been a strong second for me, bro. Because I thought that was dumb as shit too. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah, and then the plus 2 different directors, JJ, fuck 'em up, Abrams, and Ryan. I know too much to do it right, Johnson. Yeah, those are their fucking sports names, dude.
Oh, bro.
My fucking favorite shittiest part in the whole entire series, which I will shit on every fucking time I get an opportunity, is when Kylo Ren's character is surrounded by the most useless set of characters, which is the Knights of Ren. Yeah, they're the rim jobs, dude. The Knights of Ren, the rim job team, because they didn't do jack shit. And they're like, pick your hands up, and he picks his hands up and puts them behind his back, and he pulls his whole fucking lightsaber out, and all of them look at each other, be fucking wildered. And in my opinion, he then goes, as if he doesn't understand it or care either. Like, it's like if someone walked into the room that day and they were like, hey, you know, we have a script, but guys, let's fucking don't bring that shit today. We just got to get somewhere. We got to make this make sense. And they're like, well, what do you think, boss? Follow my lead. You know what I mean? So when he pulls a lightsaber out and all the Knights of Ren look at each other like, how the fuck did he do that? I feel like they look at the directing team and the guys, the lights, the boomstick, and everyone looks at them, and everybody looks at the director, and the director's like, fucking thumbs up, dude. To keep it going, guys. Keep it going. This is great. And then Adam Driver, not Kylo Ren or fucking Ben Solo. Adam Driver then goes, yeah, sure, I guess. Yeah, dude, sure, I guess. And then just starts beating the fuck out of these people in real life. Like, I really think he just started just to swing that bitch and just beat him up. Like, that was to me like the most horrible fucking thing. And a nice runner-up too, mind you. Finn's character never showed any fucking prowess to being anybody connected to the Force. Never. In fact, when he's about to get fucking dropped into fucking sand, he's about to like just confess his whole fucking love to Rey, right? A storyline that never gets touched. And in fact, the characters of the story said, hey, you were going to say something. What was that? And they never touch on it again. Never touch on it again. That was like the weirdest connection, but that's not it. It's at the end when they're on the horses for no reason. Horses, fuck them, right? They're on horses. And everyone, they blow the deck up. They blow the, oh, yeah, we got the fucking, I don't know, the shield or whatever the fuck. Yeah, like, let's go back to the base. And he goes, I can't. I got to go over there. And they're like, what's over there? He's like, I don't know. I just have to. Like, something's telling me. As if he's connected to the Force.
Yeah.
Mind you, everybody in the theater that I was sitting with at the time was super confused. And I told him the reason why he has to go over there is because it's in the script. It's not because he has the Force. It's because he's like, I have to go that way. And everyone in the movie's like, why? And they're like, he's like, oh, and he pulls up the script and he's like, go in this direction. Like, I guarantee it, because that's the only thing that makes sense. The Force doesn't make sense. It's if the script literally was like, go that way. And he didn't know why. It was like his special script literally was like, don't listen to anyone other, like, and they list all the actors' names because they're going to question you. Just say you got to go that way. That's the only thing that makes sense, because he never shows any prowess into the Force. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, fucking prophetic powers. You know what I mean? And I think Star Wars is racist as fuck.
I mean, absolutely, bro.
Finn plus Poe is better than Finn plus Rey. Let's be real, especially with Oscar, especially since Oscar was down. Like, are you talking about like a hookup, like Finn and Poe, like as a couple? Because like, yeah, dude, I 100% think they fucked.
They're fucking bromance, bro.
Yeah, they were all about it. That's my favorite. The fucking goddamn it, dude. This movie, I could shit on this movie the whole month, dude.
No.
I could the whole. This is like when you tell me and you're like, Chris, dude, I can't believe we're doing like 2.5 hour podcast. It's because of JJ Abrams I do this shit. Man, fucking JJ Abrams, he gives me something. I'm fucking late. What's up, Iris? Good to have you. You're not missing too much craziness. We're just shitting on Star Wars for like whole 30 minutes, man. It's crazy. But man, fucking dude, if I ever make it to Hollywood, like I'm gonna kick J.J. Abrams in the shin, dude. And I'm just gonna deck the fuck out of Rian Johnson. Kick one in the shin, punch the other one in the face, dude. Like, man, man, I'm livid, bro. I cannot believe that Rian Johnson, and you know what's even crazy? The better production of all of these 3 movies was the behind the scenes video. The behind the scenes videos for the documentary that they do the film is so much better than the film. Because they explain so much reasons why they do so many weird things. Like the blue milk. Your favorite thing when you were like, have you had it? It tastes like fuck that. It came out of something shitty. It came out of something shitty. I gotta drink that shit. That's gross. That's gross. That's fucking gross. Again, that's like a kid's movie, right? Like the whole like him pinching the titty and getting the milk and then drinking and falling all over his mouth. Kids love that shit. I look at that, I'm like, that's disgusting, dude. That is fucking gross. So they actually filmed that scene on that island, and there's no way to get on that island. You have to take a helicopter to get there or a boat. I think there's like a little a little pavilion that you can kind of get in, but don't knock the titty juice. It's fucking vanilla flavor, dude. It's so gross.
That's so good.
It's so disgusting, man. You have to either fly or get on a boat to like dock or whatever, but it's usually by helicopter. So Rian Johnson, the genius he is like, yo, I'm gonna spend a huge amount of budget on this giant Jim Henson fucking titty dispensing milk machine that looks like a fucking, that's a real fucking giant like animatronic that gives you titty milk. Mm-hmm. And everything else on that fucking island is CG except that thing. Like you could have just CG'd the fucking titty guy. But he was like, so there's like a whole part of this fucking stupid.
I can't believe we're going about the blue milk, bro.
There's a whole part of the documentary about like them like helicopter lifting the titty animatronic like onto the island. It's the weirdest thing, man. Like, can you imagine someone being like the whole day, dude, we're trying to get this fucking like this animal character on this like super crazy like resort island that only billionaires can sleep on, but like, oh man, this fucking animal's gonna be there. It's so crazy on the things that Rian Johnson, yeah, like that he focused on, you know what I mean, instead of just making a coherent fucking story. Like deep in the game, second to the last film. And he's like, it'd be really crazy if I put some crazy ass story that doesn't make sense. Let me put this like weird underground dark side fucking monster, like a mirror that Rey can see like a million versions of herself. That's like reaching out to her, wants her to come and then doesn't tell her nothing. You know what I mean? And then let's go ahead and connect Kylo Ren and Rey in the middle of nothing. You know what I mean? Like, oh, dude, that fucking story. Even the concept. Okay. So they're going to continue the Rey story, right? And we're going to get on a whole fucking theory, consequential story.
No shit.
They're going to continue the story of Rey Palpatine, right? As Skywalker, her rebuilding the Star Wars franchise and all this stuff. Yo, and apparently she has a baby.
What the fuck?
Yeah, she has Kylo Ren's baby. Mind you, the only time that they fucked was when they touched hands in Luke Skywalker's thing.
Okay.
Like that's it. Like that's the only time they ever had some kind of touch. They don't. I think they kissed one time. Maybe it was a life force thing. Maybe like when he kissed her and gave her power. Remember, he gave her the life force at the end.
He gave her something.
Yeah, maybe you better kids. You better watch out. That's how you get pregnant. You kiss. Slow that roll. Slow that roll, children. No kissing in here. You're gonna get pregnant. That's some fucking. I don't understand. I don't understand it.
So Jesus is a Jedi?
I believe so. Vince was like, Blue Milk Monster movie coming soon. That's so funny. So it's the Jurassic Park. Dude, I don't know if that's where they filmed stuff. No. Oh, I don't even know, man. All I know is it's like a resort island. They touch sabers. Maybe that was the thing. Maybe it was a bunch of symbolism. Remember when they killed Snoke? they rip apart Luke's lightsaber. Maybe they were really just doing stuff. Like maybe they were just like that was just a symbolism of what they were doing. The explosion was the you know what I mean? Like, and they join me, Ray, or whatever. They touch sabers. That's great. Vince says Ray's baby will be Ezra Miller. Yo, Ezra Miller is wild as fuck. Yeah, I could see him coming out in Star Wars. Ew, ew. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I don't understand how or what time or in any situation that Ray and them had like an actual thing. What is up? Shoot a new podcast in the comment section. Good to see you, boys. Good to see you, my guys, man. Miss you guys. Hope to get together soon. We're talking about Star Wars, and the question is when did Ray and Kylo Ren consummate a baby? Because she's supposed to have a baby in the next movie coming up with his baby. So did she put like a clone in him? You think she put a clone in him?
No shit.
That's like immoral, man. That's super immoral. But yeah, we've been talking about Star Wars this whole time, and my question to all you guys in the comment section is: what is the worst thing you've ever thought Star Wars did to ruin the franchise? Like, what is your favorite bad part of Star Wars? And why is it Finn's character? I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Wrong, yeah, like I know you don't like him too much, but what is it? I have an ick now. I cannot watch that part again. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Yeah, it's because it just doesn't make sense. Like even going into the next part of the Rey saga, they want to get away, which is what they're trying to do with the Acolyte. They want to get away from the Skywalker saga, right? Yeah. But they're still like doing huge things. All the prequels is the worst. Damn. Know, like, that's my favorite part. That's my favorite part.
I'm about to fuck up fucking Mark, bro. Mark? I fucking love Mark, bro. God damn it. Now we're fucking fighting Mark.
Now we're getting it. Why, Mark? You gotta let us know, or you gotta let us know, Chuanu. You gotta let us know. Why is it the prequels are the worst part? So for me, the worst part was I have two worst parts. My number one worst part was the last film that they did, right? And it's the scene where Kylo Ren is surrounded by all the milk duds, the rim jobs, right? The Jar Jar Binks. That's funny. Like the whole entire character. The Knights of Ren, which they were nothing big in the show, even though they try to make them big. It's when he puts his hands behind his back and he pulls the lightsaber out, and all of them look at each other confused, and then even fucking Kylo Ren's like, yeah, I don't get it either, but let's go. Like, you know what I mean? Like, well, let's go. That's so fucking wild. This scene, dude. Jar Jar Binks. But you see, like that was a big thing too. Like Chuanu podcast says, Jar Jar Binks was like a really hated character back in the day. Hated character. Like,
I mean, I didn't hate him as much, but I mean, he wasn't a fan favorite, you know?
Yeah, like I mean, the silly. But then again, it's like that character is a portrayal of what the movies are supposed to be, like the silly, kid style story. Like I got it because it was during like the podcasting scene, or not the podcasting, the pod racing scene, and you introduce this character, and there's like a Mad Max kind of vibes where they're doing like races with like children for some reason, like
Boba and shit.
Yeah, it's a Boba. Yeah, they have like that one Jewish B guy that's like, your Jedi powers don't work on me. You got to pay me with money. This is a Jewish guy, like a character. There's a really big
love nose. That guy, bro.
Yeah, you want to buy the kid? You want to buy him? It's just gonna take money, man. It's gonna take money. Like I love that fucking character. I think he's fucking funny as shit.
He's like, thanks for the shit.
Yeah, it's super. I'm telling you, man, they're super racist. That was literally a Jewish character. That was like a Jewish guy, like straight up. He's like, "Oy vey, like you gotta get him, man. You forget about it or whatever." Like he's just straight up, talking just about everything he did was about money. You can't like fucking Jedi mind trick him. They never explained that. They never explained that. They never explained like how is it that the Jedi mind trick didn't work on that one dude. Yeah. Throughout the entire series, it works on everything else. Except even Rey Skywalker gets like dudes like to give her guns to fucking open doors. Like,
oh, bro, that's a no. I take my shit back, bro. That shit's stupid too. Oh, fuck that. And don't forget your weapon.
Yeah, don't forget your weapon. It just drops it and shit. You were like, God damn it.
Oh, fuck
I'm telling you, the last three movies were fucking. They were bad, man. They were real bad. But you know what was actually something that always made me laugh? Was every time Kylo Ren threw a shit fit.
Oh, bro, for real, bro.
Every time he fucked something up with a lightsaber and then turned around and was like, "Get out of my room" or whatever. Like, dude, every time, dude, every fucking time. There's that one scene where they're like, she got away. And he's like, what? She got away. And then he just pulls the lightsaber out, beats the fuck out of that, like, the fucking console. And then he's like, anything else? The guy's just like, they have 2-for-1 deals in the cafeteria, like burritos and Burrito Tuesday.
SNL, bro.
Yeah, the SNL, yeah, the fucking boss or whatever. I can't even remember. He just does. Oh man, dude, it's so stupidly good. It's so dumb good. Yeah, that was like, I don't know how to explain it if it was good or bad. But like that shit was fucking fire, dude. Every time he threw a shit fit. There's that one time in the elevator, he gets out of talking to what's his name? The fucking Snoke. Snoke's like, take that stupid fucking helmet off, dude, you dumbass, or whatever. And he gets in the elevator and he's just sitting there. And then he just starts beating the shit out of the elevator with the helmet to fuck it up. And I was like, damn, dude, this guy can't take any criticism, bro. He just breaks his shit. He's like one of those Smash Brothers kids that loses and just beats the shit out of his control on the ground. I was like, yeah, that's Kylo Ren, 100%, man, 100 fucking percent. Chuanu says Binks was the main Sith Lord. We were just talking about that too. We were literally just talking about that. What's really cool, Chuanu, is Lego Star Wars just released a new game basing it on the multiverse. And in one of the parts of the story, you can YouTube it, like just to be able to watch it so you don't have to play the game or buy it or whatever. They do the evil Jar Jar Binks storyline. And it kind of caught me and I was like, damn, dude, like that's pretty fucking cool. That's really fucking cool. He is the god of the Siths. He's the god of the Siths. Yeah, I love watching like all of those breakdowns of people being like, yo, this is why Jar Jar Binks was always like the main dude. Yo, you know what's kind of exciting actually to think about? If it's, yo, that could be a thing, man. What if they bring in Darth Plagueis in Acolytes? Yeah, what did they? I mean, because it's before that time. It's literally Emperor Palpatine right before him. It's the guy who taught him. Yeah, you know, we may even get like a young Dooku. I know we're gonna get like maybe a young, not a young, but like older teenage Yoda, from what I'm saying, because it's literally like 100 years before that. And Darth Plagueis was the guy who taught Emperor Sidious. That was his like Sith Lord or whatever. And he's the one that got him enthralled with the idea of like bringing people back from the dead. There's like the tragic story of it.
No, yeah. The one
you get what I'm saying, right?
No, I got you, bro. That one I know. Yeah.
For me, I've always think one of the biggest things that they've missed out on the series was not bringing back Mace Windu.
True.
I think Mace Windu's character getting thrown out of a building, or like there was a lot of stuff in the prequels that established Jedis to almost have like superpowers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They had like that speed run that they did that they never initiated back like in any of the movies. Yeah. There was Anakin who jumped out of a vehicle in Coruscant and like fell, like I'm talking like he fucking fell. Yeah. And he landed on another car and was just cool about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So for Mace Windu to fall, like maybe, I mean, it doesn't really show the depth of how far down Coruscant goes or whatever the city that they're in. So maybe he like just fucking, maybe he just like fucking fell, you know what I mean? Into the abyss, like for hours, like low key, like I've been falling for 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Maybe like one of those kind of moments. But I always thought it was really sad that they never brought his character back. I thought 100% they could use him still. Like to me in The Mandalorian, when they were like, Ahsoka does not want to teach Grogu, and he uses that little temple to reach out into the universe and like, we found a Jedi and they were going to bring him out. I thought it was real chaff that they brought out Luke Skywalker. 100% I thought it was chaff. And the reason why is because if Grogu goes with Luke Skywalker, the story is going to be that Luke establishes a Jedi Academy. And then the last 3 movies came out and we all know what fucking poo-poo head Kylo Ren does, right? Throws a shit fit, kills all the kids. Yeah. So unless he fucking school shootered and told Grogu not to come to school that day, like Grogu got that fucking smoke too. Yeah. You know what I mean? That kind of sucks because I mean I like Grogu as a character. I like the idea of him becoming like the Mandalorian kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like the little Mandalorian Yoda character. I think that's pretty cool. I don't want to think that he ended up getting his fucking shit pushed in by Kylo Ren in the Academy.
A fucking Mando with a fucking Jedi wielding, bro.
Yeah, dude, and even being like 2 feet tall, real cute in a little costume. Like I'm about it. I'm 100% about it. I don't want it to be where, you know, it ends up being that shit where you just get smoked. You know what I mean?
What if Finn was Mace Windu's son?
Okay, so going back to the idea that Star Wars is extremely fucking racist, and I keep telling people this, extremely fucking racist. Finn originally was Finn, what's not Windu, but Calrissian. It was Finn Calrissian. Yeah, in a video. Lando Calrissian. The only other black character in the story. In a whole universe in a galaxy far, far away. One guy that happened to be a random stormtrooper that quit the job like on the spot because work was rough, ends up being the only black character's son that's like a fucking dude in the main part of the story. Yeah. It's pretty racist, dude. And if he was Mace Windu's son, I wouldn't understand because that means like his like juices would have to have been like saved because you know like super young years later after Mace Windu dies. This is fucking old Luke Skywalker. We're talking about like fucking 40 years later. Has like a 12 or 13-year-old son or whatever. That would be nuts, bro. He had him like he's that much of a pimp Jedi that he's just like having Force Ghost babies and shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, he ended up. It was supposed to be Lando's son, and it came out like in a Legos picture that got released, and then I love that it got frozen juices. That's funny. It came out in a picture that Lego was releasing it, and it said like the introduction before the movie came out. It said Finn Calrissian. And everyone was like, whoa. And then they deleted that, took it off the internet, smoked that shit. And then Star Wars, Lucasfilms came out and was like, not going to happen. Not going to happen. But only to find out later on that the girl at the ending of the last movie, that is a stormtrooper that was surviving, was supposed to be Lando Calrissian's daughter. Like, it's like, Star Wars, stop. You're racist this showing. There's got to be a number of a black community in Star Wars because that's just how races work. You know what I mean? They just happen to have 1 million people in universes. Yeah. But Star Wars is like, yo, in a galaxy of like that's what I hated about Star Wars is they always made the galaxy so fucking small. Every time you go, you just run around it. Like Thor, Love and Thunder, that one planet.
Oh, fuck, dude, with Love and Thunder, bro.
Star Wars feels like they land somewhere, they get the job done. They feel like it's like a they did it in Ahsoka with Ray Stevenson's character when they were like, we don't know where he is. Like he could be anywhere in the galaxy. And they're like, oh, look at that planet. It's got a light coming out of it. And they're like, well, let's land there. Maybe he's on that one. And then they land and he's like 4 feet away from where they're at or whatever. And they're like, go out in the bushes or whatever and just surprise them like the Viet Congs or whatever. Like, it's just really weird, bro. It's just really fucking weird. But yeah, man. Fucking Star Wars is just, it blows my fucking mind, bro. Yeah, Mace Windu is always such a missed opportunity. I always wanted them to do something with Mace Windu. What's something that you wish that Star Wars would have done before it kind of failed and before it jumps into the accolade? Thor: Love and Thunder was the best MCU movies. Our fucking comment section's on fire today, bro.
Right, bro? They're fucking lit, bro.
They're on fire.
Bro, what I want to see from Star Wars, bro, is I want to see the beginning of another saga with just with just more of a win, bro. You know what I mean? Like, exit the Skywalker series. I mean, you could still refer to it, right? It's not going to go anywhere. But if they were to start before, you know, in between that fucking 3 and 4 and run a series between there, I think it has a lot of potential, bro. Like, we know a little bit of what was going on between 3 and 4. Like, just build off that. So,
you know what's really weird? The gravitas of the Skywalker saga in the universe, I kind of feel like it ain't shit.
You think so?
Like, this is like a neighborhood watch kind of problem in the galaxy. Like, I know it seems like it's big because, you know, it deals with like the Republic and all that shit. But all those people on that casino planet that have all the money and shit that are like all the hit big rigs seem to not really give a fuck of anything else other than just partying.
Yeah, but it was also political, bro. Because remember, they built the fucking what's that shit called? The fucking Death Star and shit. Like they were wiping out fucking planets, bro. Like
Yeah, but I mean, again, that casino planet didn't seem to be bothered by it. They were still out there chilling.
They paid the right people, but the money had to come from somewhere.
But like, it makes you kind of wonder, right? Like breaking it down, the way that those people were handling life in the galaxy far, far away, knowing that there is a spaceship driving around the hood, anywhere in their hood, that could blow up an entire fucking planet. Like, that's not like a small feat. You know what I mean? That's kind of like world changing. You know what I mean? Like, imagine right now someone says, "Oh, we have a bomb that can blow up the entire United States." And it's just somewhere out there, like in a dude's living room. You're going to be like, fuck that dude. Like, no one feels safe because that's a lot of distance that bomb's covering. You know, so to know that there's like a really off-centered teenage kid that likes to beat the shit out of consoles when he's like offended a little bit, and he's out there and he's got the biggest fucking squirt gun on the planet, you would think everyone was kind of like on a little bit of like high pressure work. You know what I mean? Yeah, even when Emperor Palpatine came back and brought back all those fucking like spaceships, I bet you that little short dude was still popping money into the jackpot machine. You know what I mean? Burping us. I guarantee that motherfucker gave zero shits, dude. Zero shits about Palpatine or Kylo Ren or about anything the Empire was doing. They're just like, yo, that's like the Crips and the Bloods, bro. Like, they're out there. We're over here living in the good neighborhood, the suburbs. Let the Crips and the Bloods do whatever they want. That's the Jedi's and the Sith, dude.
What's that shit called, though? But you remember, though, in Mando, where they're in that fucking Coral Reefs planet or whatever, and the fucking it's that Imperial thing, and they're like, "Oh fuck, it's an Imperial starship," and they're like, "No, those are the Mandalorians." But there's a moment,
yeah.
But there's a moment where they're like, like, "Fuck, is it back?" But then they see like the fucking clan sign.
Come on, I don't think so.
You got to give it that, bro.
I get it if it's like. That town was very small. They barely had like, I mean, wasn't it like an orphanage or some shit? What did they have?
It was like a fucking bullshit planet.
Yeah, it was like Tortuga in the fucking what is it? Pirates of the Caribbean. It's just like you know what I mean? It's like a little town, dude. It's like a little town. Like, I get it. Like, if anybody shows up looking like they got like a spaceship, that whole town's just shitting on themselves. Yeah, you know what I mean?
They knew what it was though, bro.
Oh yeah, that's like. But then again, it's like when you see a car and it's got like Nuevo Leon on the back or something, you're gonna be like, oh fuck, dude, these guys are gonna steal my lawnmower. Or, you know what I mean? Like you're judging, bro. You're judging. You know what I mean? I just think that's what it is. I think in this time period, the Jedis and the Sith are just like the Bloods and the Crips. Like, that's just what it is. Like, it's just like gang violence, dude. And all the rich people are like, you all do your hood stuff somewhere else. I'm busy doing casino things and betting on horses and stuff. I mean, even do you remember that Benicio del Toro, one of the greatest actors of our times, comes out on that movie and he's like a code breaker, con man. He's just hanging out in this casino place and he's like, remember he's all like stuttering and shit, and he's like, those aren't the real villains or whatever. And then he shows him the little thing that all of these people that are like that own all this rich stuff are selling to both sides, and like there's a whole other story going on. Yeah. I hated the fact that the movies didn't really bring that out. I hated the fact that you never got like the crazy, like, you get just some rich asshole that comes in and he's like, Kylo Ren's like, oh, I'm a Sith. And he's like, fuck out of here. Like, I happen to have this amulet that makes you a princess or whatever. And then he's just in a tutu or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they had to have like some real fucking crazy rich person that like has like kingpin, but that would be like the, what is it? The Jabba family.
Yeah.
Like, the Jabba family was super huge when it came to like underground crime scene, you know what I mean? Like, they owned Anakin Skywalker's family. You know what I mean? So like they never, man, dude, it's so weird that they never touched base on that. That was such a good storyline too. Such a great storyline too.
They dabbled in it in fucking Mando or Boba, whatever the fuck.
Boba Fett, yeah, Boba Fett. They kind of did it. They made Boba like this random dude, yeah.
Like a minute, bro. One fucking minute. They're like, oh, we're the sisters, and you owe us fucking money. Fuck out of here. Like,
Yeah, Matt Boba Fett comes in and goes, and then he's like, "All right, yeah, it's your area. Go ahead, take it. Yeah, here you go.
exactly.
Yeah, deal with it. There's no water here. I don't know what they say. They say some stupid shit.
Some stupid shit.
But yeah, it's just missed marks. So how do you feel with them releasing the Acolytes and all that stuff and the early reviews and stuff? Are you excited for this show? Is it something you really want to see? Is it something that you're really a part of?
Bro, I think I mean, and I'm going in with high hopes, bro, which really sucks because the only thing I hate about this podcast, bro, is the shit saves. You know what I mean? Like people go back on what we say, bro, but
it's good. It's good. I mean, if we end up, the thing is if we end up saying something and it's wrong, great. That means they finally did something good. That's what I always say. Like I always tell people, like, dude, like when the Marvels came out and I was like, nah, fuck this show. It's gonna be dumb. If it was good, I'd have bit my tongue and I would have been like, hey guys, you know what? I was wrong. But you know what, motherfuckers? I was right. Yeah, I was right. Bro. Yeah, it was a bad movie, dude.
How are you gonna sing in fucking middle of the movie, bro? I'm still baffled by that shit.
Fucking crazy, dude.
I'm a celebrity. Put this hood on. The fuck out of here.
Sing out, dude. Yeah, so like, do you feel like it's something that you're gonna be excited for? Do you feel like it's something you're gonna kind of like jump into? Is it something that got your attention?
I'm gonna 100%, bro. I mean, obviously, with my I'll be starting a retail job soon, but definitely in between the dead time, bro. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna enjoy it, bro, because I'm a Star Wars fan. I want it to work. If it's a good IP, I'll be happy. If it adds to the story, even better. I really, and again, I'm gonna sound real shitty, bro. I really hope it takes a dark side to it, like a dark tone. But has a little bit of light to it. This fucking motherfucker. He did that shit.
I was right. Bro. I was right. Yeah, I've been messing with the Zoom. I was right. Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm in the same boat. Like I feel like I'm gonna jump in. I mean, Trinity's in it, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and we get to see Carrie-Anne Moss like doing some fucking jumps, flips, all that shit. I kind of hope like she says something that gives some type of like acknowledgement to the Matrix. That would make me like razzle dazzle, baby. Like I'll be so fucking hype.
What do you mean they're the one?
Ooh, yeah,
she said it. She said it.
Yeah, she'd be like, "Do you think there's a one?" Or like, I think because I heard it deals with twins. The movie or the Acolyte show deals with like two twins.
Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah, because it's like I think like they said something about the villain being a twin of another character. So like I think they're gonna have like this Scooby-Doo moment where everybody like, you're the villain. I swear to God, I saw you murder this fucking puppy or whatever. And no, it wasn't me or whatever. And then later on, haha, bitch, like I'm your twin evil sister. Oh no, like you know what I mean? Like, oh no. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like it's gonna be some weird shit like that. But I don't know if that gives like if it was like a stolen idea, because I do remember there was like a video game, and I want to say it was probably Knights of the Old Republic 2 or whatever, that dealt with two twin brothers. And there's like this whole beautiful cinematic, dude. If you watch it, like, holy shit, dude. Like, that is fantastic. Yeah. I wonder if it's going to kind of correlate to that. I hope they don't, because that's like, to me, that's untouchable. Like, that cinematic was beautiful, dude.
But if they do it right.
Ah, man. Do they ever do anything right?
That's not the point. But if they did.
I mean, if they did, though, that would be great. I mean, maybe they learned their lesson. Do they ever?
They're going to do it, but with females. Just fucking watch, bro.
Females. Strong women. Lee, I'm sorry. I'll stop. I'll stop fucking with him. Yeah, I kind of feel like, you know, they have an opportunity. It's kind of like a fresh new thing, whole new timeline. A lot of people in the reviews are saying like, hey, if you haven't been happy with Star Wars, this is a great opportunity to jump into it now. Like, so it kind of gives you some hype. The martial arts isn't a bad thing. I know I have some people say like it's not Star Warsy if it's too much, but I do remember the hype of when I was younger, when it started from the original movies to the prequels, when they started flipping and doing lightsabers and Ray Parks. And I remember the dynamic of change that it was like people were like, motherfucker, I want to learn kung fu and shit. So, you know, a whole new generation of people learning some type of martial arts. I don't think that's wrong. I'm a martial arts instructor, so any opportunity I get for people to think what I do is cool is fantastic. And yeah, I think the Acolyte might have some potential to be a really good hit. I think if it just doesn't take its shit serious, like the Outside, you know, thing. I just really think like in the dynamic of things, I know people out there are dying on this whole like, oh, X-Men 97, best thing since sliced bread and all this shit. But it's like, it's not hard to get something right when the platform is given to you like fucking verbatim in your hand. You just got to follow the fucking source material. I don't know how hard it is when it's just when there's years of material to go off of, right? It's so weird to hear people be like, yo, X-Men 97, dog, like greatest thing. And it's like, wow, well, yeah, the X-Men comic books are fantastic. Why would it be bad? Like, why? The only reason why it would be bad if some motherfucker came up and was like, I know more than these people, which has been the problem with Disney for years.
What's it called? Right? I'm gonna pivot you, bro, because I saw this really awesome interview with, and I think I told you earlier about Ryan Reynolds, the director, and Hugh Jackman about Deadpool, bro.
Yeah.
And they had strong references to the fucking original source, bro, to the fucking
yeah.
And you could just tell, bro, like the way that they were talking about it, because they don't want to give out too much, right? Mm-hmm. But you can tell they respected the source material.
Fuck yeah, dude. Ryan Reynolds has always been that way. He knows what's up.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I don't want to pivot from Star Wars, bro, but like the way that conversation went, I don't know if you've seen the interview. I'll send it to you, bro, but it was really fucking good, bro. It's like 6-8 minutes or whatever. Mm-hmm. But you can tell, bro, like they're like, no, we stuck to this. We kept it simple. Like it just they were talking good about the movie, bro.
And look at the projection that the movie's already saying. It's gonna be like the highest grossing rated R movie in history. Yeah. And it hasn't even been out yet. Like it's not even out yet. And it's already fucking bypassing everything that's ever been a rated R film. Why? Because these dudes stick to the source material. They don't deviate. They're not trying to add in, weird shit that like a lot of people aren't like, about or whatever. Like they're just sticking to the guns, dude. That's just what it is. And I'm excited to see what they're going to do with that. Star Wars needs to take a fucking page out of this. You know what I mean? They literally, every motherfucker needs to take a page out of this. All this, dude, dude, can you imagine what it's like to be the director of the Marvels and Thor, Love and Thunder and all that shit? And then you see Ryan Reynolds, a guy who's not even a director, come in with the IP that he fucking saved himself. You know what I mean? And was wrecking shop without Marvel money, mind you, without Marvel movie, was tearing shit up on his own. And Disney picks him up and says, yo, do it for us now. Yeah. And he just says, cool, like take the reins off of me. Like if you give me full range, I'll give you what the people, I'm going to make you money. I'm going to make you money. Can you imagine what it's like being the Marvel's director and being like, oh my God, dude, I'm going to make these characters so amazing. And they're going to come in and it's going to be so cool. And then fucking fails. And then around the same time, they bring in Ryan Reynolds, who is just, pulling. I mean, dude, imagine what it's like to be able to be Ryan Reynolds pulling Hugh Jackman out of like complete retirement of a character. Mm-hmm. Come back and do this. And remember, Hugh Jackman said, I wouldn't come back unless I could work with the Avengers. Yeah. Right? Unless I could work with the Avengers, because he knew that would be a good money move. Yeah. This isn't even the Avengers yet.
Not yet.
No, because I guarantee he's going to sign a multi-movie contract.
At least 3, bro. 3, bro, minimum. They always do a 3 minimum.
3 movie. And they're going to run it, man. They're going to run it. It's going to be so good. You watch, dude. David, okay, so we're going to come to an end. Alkalite, do or don't? What do you think?
Bro, you do, bro. Do it all the way.
Hardcore do. You guys heard it here first. David says, go out there, make sure you watch the Alkalites. I'm going to say it to you guys. You make sure you watch the Alkalite. It's going to drop. Let me get you the date real quick. Alcohol.
June 3rd, June 4th.
June 3rd, June 4th, June 8th. All of them, all the Junes. Yeah, you guys make sure you go watch it. We're going to be watching it. We're going to be tearing ass here on the show. We're going to make sure we're not going to let it fucking slide. If we feel any iota of fuck up, we're going to call it out. It's just what we do. And if it's good, we're going to give it its praise. I really hope it's good. Star Wars is, of course, cherished by all of us. And we hope that they do it right and they do us right by the fans and all that good stuff. So, yeah, make sure you guys check it out. June 3rd, 4th. June, we'll just say June, early June.
June-ish.
June. You'll know because Biggie's gonna post it.
Yeah,
Biggie's gonna post when he sees it and then tell you, "Oh my God, amazing!" That's what he's gonna put in his ass. Greatest thing ever. Sliced bread. David, where can we find you? Let us know what's up.
Thank you for having me on, guys. Normally I got the podcast every Friday night, 8 p.m. Adam's Collections, guys. We got some events not in the works, and I don't have anything booked for the next 2 weeks. If you stayed on this long, you guys deserve to hear it first. Tomorrow, sometime tomorrow, I'll be signing a job offer for a retail job. So I'm going back into the job area just to go in, health insurance, bills, stuff like that.
The good stuff.
I haven't. How do you say it? I haven't pulled from the location. I've invested a lot, bro. Like me and Ashley were talking, bro, like business cards, t-shirts. I've invested a lot in this address. So I'm gonna fucking own this address, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, did you got to?
Look, I'm gonna own this bitch at least for another 3 months until we move on to a bigger location. But make sure you guys check us out June 4th, by the way.
June 4th, Alkalite.
Shout out to Iris. Dude, Iris, bro, she's a hustler, bro. At fucking
out there,
Shinobi
dude.
Valley, bro. She was like, I'm tired, but fuck, I'm here. I'm like, badass.
Sweet. Yeah, she did an excellent job. Everybody did an excellent job. They did as best as they could. I really hope that they were able to get their money's worth. And yeah, man, onwards to the next one. Guys, you already here. Make sure you guys tune in every Friday night, 8 p.m. with Adam Collections podcast. And don't forget to hit up David for all your pops and all your cool needs. Yeah, hit him up DMs, bro. You guys can meet behind some dark alleys and get some cool ass shit. Some cool shit. Get the good stuff. And again, every Sunday night here on the Average Boys podcast, shout out to our boy Nico, Brian, and Triggs somewhere out there in the universe. We miss you guys and we hope you guys are doing good. We really hope that you guys, 5.5 pregnant? What 5.5 pregnancies? Damn, that's a lot of babies. Oh, you mean 5.5 months, probably. I mean, of course, my brain just trickles out there. Yeah, it just goes out there 5.5 pregnancies. Yeah, just straight up hitting it, dude. She's like, oh, fucking assholes. Months. There we go. Months. Oh, fucking months. Yeah, guys, every Sunday night here on the Average Boys podcast. We really hope that you guys enjoy hanging out with us, being with us, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Make sure you guys put it out there. Let people know that we do some crazy shit every Sunday night. We hope that you guys are being safe, trying to stay cool in these really crazy weathering times. Remember, if you're going to cook eggs outside. It's really funny. If you're going to cook anything, make sure you cook it outside for a day. Science experiments and shit. Why not? Yeah, and we really appreciate every one of you. To our extraordinary listeners, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you. We hope you're being safe. Yeah, we'll see you guys again next Sunday here on the Average Boys podcast. Hope you guys have a good weekend or a good week, right? Because it's not even the weekend anymore. Fuck. Fuck.